And we're live. Thanks for joining us, folks. This is a very special episode of Drink Spin Run, or series of episodes, where the Drink Spin Run crew is going to learn to play Fate Core. Today with us, I of course have my lovely co-host, Mr. Donn Stroud. And our very special GM for the day is going to be Mr. Nathan Panke. Nathan, how's it going, man?
It is going absolutely great.
Excellent. And joining us as well is Reverend Dr. Edgar Johnson the 17th. Yeah, I keep saying third, and I feel like I'm making the third part up. Is that correct?
It is the third, man.
It is the third? Oh, okay. I was a little worried today when I was writing that down because I like to use your whole title. I was worried that I was like adding something that was unnecessary.
Oh, no.
But tonight... Excellent. Tonight we're going to be playing Fate Core as presented by Nathan here. Nathan, tell us a little bit about the game and what you're going to do with it.
Okay, so as you have stated probably 3 times at this point, we are going to play Fate Core. There are several different versions of Fate is a game that is roughly based off the old role-playing game Fudge that uses those silly dice that have no marking, a plus symbol, and a minus symbol. It's a fairly simple game, super hackable as far as you can do a lot of stuff with it. I was going to say the author is, well, Fred Hicks I know is one of the main guys, but fairly simple system, fairly easy. Yeah, 4 dice, which I guess doesn't make it a great game because you only do 4 dice that you rarely ever use, Edgar. And yeah, and one of the reasons I like it is it has a really nice kind of cinematic. You can do tons of fun cinematic stuff with it. And the specific game or the setting that we're going to be playing is something I came up with a couple years back after watching the Muse video. Was it Knights of Sidonia? Do you remember that, Adam?
Yeah.
You remember that video?
That was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really crazy. It's like this super, like I said, it's like a spaghetti western in space with robots. And I saw the video and I go, man, would that not be a fun setting to play in just by watching the video? And so I watched the video and I came up with this setting called Atomic Kung Fu Cowboys of the 21st Century on Mars. And I was like, I want to add all of these things and mix these things together. So the little blurb that I had written up on it, I've run this specific kind of scenario, this set piece, if you will, probably 6 times. I've run this at least 6 times. And I kind of always just put this, and it says, Atomic Kung Fu Cowboys of the 21st Century is a role-playing game of East meets West meets 21st century Mars. Mars, a place where space marshals, cyborg bandits, alien natives, and kung fu masters roam side by side in the new frontier of the plains of Sidonia, fighting for freedom, glory, and sometimes just good old honest greed. Join the adventure as a group of mismatched misfits in the throes of frontier justice and adventure. So, that is what we will be doing tonight.
All right.
Excellent.
Okay, so I take it that everybody has picked out the specific pre-gen. I gave you guys 6 different pre-gens that you could choose from. And so I'm guessing everybody has picked out somebody. So on my left is Don. So Don, tell us who you are playing, and if you wouldn't mind reading their description.
Sure thing. I am playing Tuk Tuk, a little native green Martian skilled in tracking and healing. He was saved by Scrimshaw and 3030 several years back and has not left their side since. And I've decided that Tuk Tuk refers to himself as Tuk Tuk all the time.
Yes. You would not be surprised how many people have done third-person Tuk Tuk. So, but you are a unique snowflake, my friend.
That sounds filthy. You'd be surprised at how many people have done third-person tuk-tuk. Oh.
Wow. Adam?
Yep, we went there already.
You're on my left. Because you're on my left, I'd like you to introduce your character and read a little description.
That was me, right?
That's you.
Okay. Well, I'll be playing Doc Vacation, a self-proclaimed doctor of philosophy, medicine, or whatever happens to suit the moment. Trained in the finite art of oration, this sly-tongued servant will try to talk his way out of trouble, and if that doesn't work, he'll turn to his trusty double-barreled translator. Really?
Yeah.
Double-barreled translator? Oh, I didn't read that word until just now. That's fun. Yeah. Well, I insist on doing all the voices too. So.
Yes, I enjoy the voices. And lastly, but not leastly, the good doctor, the actual real doctor. Who shall you be playing?
Well, I am an eccentric and sometimes absent-minded inventor skilled in steam technology and what was that? Teslatronics. I'd sooner run than hide and then get stuck in the middle of a fight. But I've got a brain, if not any brawn.
Yes, GW is the absent-minded person.
So what's his last name? GW. What was it?
Ithacus.
Ithacus, right.
Yes. So
I knew it was a Wild West reference.
So, just so everybody knows, your three characters are all a part of the Space Federation. The Space Federation, as you can guess, is a federation of nations, of planets, of peoples that basically keep the law, if you will, and they're there to investigate, they're there to keep the justice, they're there to sometimes kind of do whatever they want. One of the things that we'll do, that you usually will do with Fate, is with your characters, you usually make your characters at the beginning. Because I added these pre-gens, what you'll notice on your sheets, I actually have all the sheets printed, this is GW, you'll see that you have in your little aspects area right here, little aspects, that you'll have 3 of those filled out. You'll have your high concept, which basically your high concept says, this is kind of who I am. For example, GW's high concept is absent-minded weird scientist. That high concept will kind of give a very broad stroke of, this is who I am. It usually also will be kind of, most aspects will be double-bladed swords, meaning they can be used for positive or they can be used for negatives. Right under your high concept will be your thing that's your trouble. Your trouble is sometimes a phrase, it could be a situation, it could be a person, it could be anything. I like GW's. GW's trouble is, it should work perfectly, meaning that at any time, that's something that could be affected. There's 2 other spaces for aspects. These can be filled out during play. That you can actually use these to fill in during play. Like, oh, hey, yeah, I was. Usually, you'll take the person to your left or to your right. That will the person to your left and the person to your right. You'll share an aspect with them. Meaning, we've shared adventures before. Like for example, Doc Vacation. In one of the games that I played, he shared an aspect with another person, which his aspect was, I'm not that kind of doctor. That was one of his aspects, which could be a good thing or could be a bad thing. It was, and we'll get into how you can use your aspects. They're pretty simple once we get into play. And those, and then your last one is going to be your kung fu aspect, because that's one of the first things is the kung fu nature. And like I said, I'll tell you guys how to use aspects in just a second. And I'll get into stunts later too. So you guys are a part of this Space Federation, and so what we need to do is I gave all of you guys the issues. Another thing that you'll do usually at the beginning of your starting a campaign is you'll usually come up with 2 types of issues. An issue that's current, meaning it's going on right now, and you'll come up with an issue that's something impending, something that's maybe right on the brink of happening. So, for example, maybe a couple of years back in the United States, you could say, oh, The current issue is there is a war going on that is far away in the Middle East. And the impending issue might be, oh my gosh, we're going to have an economic collapse. Okay? Like right on the brink of happening.
Okay.
So what I did is usually we can either pick one off these lists. They're all very evocative statements or things that could happen, or we could just roll a d8. And seeing as that Edgar has a whole lot of dice right in front of him that he never gets to use.
So I need to pull out a d8, don't I?
Yeah, you know what?
Go
Pull
for
out two different d8s.
All right. I have multiple colors, you know.
I should hope so.
I do. I swear. Okay, so I got a red one and I got a purple one.
Okay, we'll say red is the current issue.
All right, and here we go. That is a 1. General chose Chinese military coup.
Yes.
It
like
tastes delicious.
General so delicious.
All right. And I imagine you're gonna. So I'm rolling the second one too.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the purple die?
Water barons and ice pirates.
Oh, yes.
I was really hoping that would be the current issue because I love that movie, Ice Pirates.
Well, I could see them moving in if this coup goes awry.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, and then purple. Let's do this one. Is water barons. And the truth be told is these will definitely water barons and ice pirates. Okay, look at them. Okay, and I just put these up there just so we can kind of see. Okay. So, let me look what we got. So, let's see. Okay, you guys are all, the three of you are located actually in the center of the city of Cydonia, the largest city in the Great Plains of Mars. You are located there, and actually the city is in a bit of a tizzy right now. I mean, a gigantic tizzy, and there are people running back and forth, left and right. I mean, you can see there is just craziness. The streets are ablaze, as you even see just a group of passerbyers, bust through the crowd as they're going. You can even hear the pew pews all around you. Pew 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 pew. Lasers and whatnot passing all around, going everywhere. The place is a total riot, if you will. What do you do?
Okay,
Well,
where
okay,
exactly are we located here?
You are in the capital city of Mars. This is the largest city in the plains of Cydonia.
Right? In what, like in a building?
You are on the streets. You are in the streets. You are, like, let's just say you are in Times Square of Cydonia.
And this just appears to be like people freaking out. Is there like anybody opening fire on the citizenry, or is it just
you hear pew pews in the all around you? But if you want to know maybe a direction that they're coming from, I would need a notice skill. And if everybody wants to give me a notice skill, it's going to be somewhere on your sheet. If you do not have it on your sheet, you are just going to roll 4DF. So 4 fudge dice or 4 fate dice.
Here we go.
I'm too busy trying to find the bottom of this particular bottle to see what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
And you have noticed we add our little skill bonus there?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So I got a +1.
Okay. So this is one of the things. Another thing that I have to make sure is that everybody gets fate points. At the top of your
Character sheet.
You'll see it says refresh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to deal all the players 3 fate points. Bam. Okay, you're going to see them on your little icon right now. Fate points. Basically, you can use fate points to do several things. One of the things that you can use fate points for is you can either invoke or use an aspect which can give you a +2. It can let you re-roll your dice. It can let you add an obstacle. And you can use it to power a stunt. So if you have a specific stunt, which you'll see on your page, you can use it. You can use a fate point to refuse a compel, which we'll get into in a second. And you can also use it to declare like a story fact, something that happens. And the way that you get fate points is you either accept a compel, which means you take you take a negative. You take something negative that's related to your character. You have an aspect invoked by another character, or you concede a conflict. So that's the way that we'll be getting the fate points. Okay, so Adam, what did you get?
Oh, I had a -1.
-1. Okay, Don.
What is the roll?
If you don't have notice, which Tuk
I have a
has
notice of
good
3.
notice.
Yeah.
You're going to add a +3 to 4D fudge.
All right.
The command for that is /R
Yep.
space 4DF.
All right, that's what I was looking for.
Plus tree.
+3.
Yeah. +3. 5. Oh my
5.
goodness.
Whoa!
Now listen. Now this is something you do. Now this is the way it works.
Mm-hmm.
With outcomes, basically there's 4 outcomes. If you tie the target number, or if you fail the target number, you either fail, which is kind of duh, or you can succeed at a major cost, meaning you fail forward. If you tie, meaning like if this was your average is going to be a 1. You need to at least get 1. That's kind of your average DC. +2 is going to be fair, and then so on and so forth. Meaning like a +8 is going to be very hard to get, meaning an 8. If you succeed, meaning you get 1 or 2 shifts. A shift is basically if you get the target number, okay? This would be 1 shift because you got the 2 + 1. So you got 1 shift. Whereas what you have here with Don Tuk was able to he not only succeeded, but he got 3 shifts above what needed to be. If you get +3, 3 shifts plus, you get something called succeed with style. And so he not only gets the success, but he also gets it with an additional benefit. That additional benefit could be that he could create an aspect, that he could use something that could help him with the situation, or he could declare a story fact. He gets something extra. So Don, you see down one of the streets, you can see the green and red uniforms of General So's army marching throughout the street. You can see them shooting at individuals, shooting at crowds, and you get some sort of major advantage. What would you think would be a fitting benefit?
Oh, I don't know.
Is there a question that you would like the answer to, Don? Or that might be a good way to look at it.
Yep.
What do you, Don, want to know?
Right. What does Don want to know? So
So Don refers to himself in the third person as well. All right. Not just Tuk.
it's easy to play.
Not just Tuk.
I don't know. What do you guys have
But you know, like, let's put it this way: you could actually, now this is one of the things that you could do. If you wanted, we'll get into to situation aspects. If you see over here on the sheet, here, I'll center you guys. There, bam. On the screen, you see up here it says situation aspects. What you can do is you can do something called a situation aspect. You could do something as easily as saying, like a phrase, I have the drop on them. This is something that you can use, and like I said, all aspects, you can create it, and just for that, I'll give you a free use of it. So you get a free plus use of this aspect because you rolled so well. You get a free, basically you've seen that maybe there's something above that you're able to maybe climb around or climb underneath. There's some sort of something with this that makes it advantageous towards you. That you actually, maybe there's tanks in the way, or there's something in the way that makes it, because you're so small, it makes it easy. You actually have the drop on these guys.
All right.
And exactly, not every tuck.
So there's like guys with like pew rifles, huh?
Pew rifles, man. AK pew-pews.
Mm-hmm.
So
and yeah, they're AK pew-pew down the street. It looks like the crowds are running away from them.
Do we know where these people are located, like their headquarters, or is it just like they've just come in the city and they've risen up out of nowhere?
Okay, so what I need everybody to do, if you will, is, I know that GW has this. I don't know if, yeah, actually GW and Tuck, and actually everybody has this skill. I want everybody to make me a lore check.
Plus one, or one.
One, good.
Okay, plus one.
What about you, Don?
All right.
You do have lore. I think it's in 2.
Yeah.
So far, my dice luck is holding up.
Well, remember, like I said, you make your own luck. You have those fate points.
That's
so
true.
if you want to use them to,
I'll wait until we're deeper in.
I know. As the good GM that I am. What did Tuck
You've
get?
got to encourage us to use up all our resources. I know. Like in DCC, I always ask, what are you spell burning? How much is spell burning?
How much you spell burn for that? You know you want that.
Yeah.
Hey, why can't I'm doing the same thing?
You're obviously not.
No, I'm not.
So
Just hit up.
Backslash.
Right?
Hit up.
Yeah. Oh, now I can't type anything.
Oh, that would be the problem.
And you guys are frozen.
Oh.
Oh, Don broke his computer.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
What's your bonus?
Plus 2.
Plus 2. I'll roll it for you, man.
Let's sort this out.
Roll it.
Oh, shit. So he comes out at 0.
You're the worst roller ever.
You're only
Okay, so
do this, huh?
okay, so what everybody knows is that actually earlier today, or even earlier this week, there was talks about that there was a diplomatic meeting going on. There was a diplomatic meeting going on in the United Nations, United Kingdoms, Confederation.
However many, political
all of
bodies
the
we want to throw in there.
Were together. Yeah, the Confederate Unity Alliance of peoples and groups and nations and tribes. That there was a big diplomatic event going on over the last 3 days, and that actually General So has been kind of on the outs with a lot of the nations, but he was coming here for a peace summit. So yeah, there have been not really troops per
Little
se.
did we know it was a Peace of the Action Summit.
A Peace of the Action Summit. So
All
yes,
right.
that's,
So he's obviously like broken faith with, you know, the real government and the rest of the government, and is trying to take over. Clearly that's what happened, and not just, you know, we saw what the, you know, we know what the current issue is.
No, clearly. All you know is that there's these green and red uniformed soldiers who look very much like they probably belong to General So's. Especially, like I said, you would recognize these.
Yeah.
These gentlemen.
Are they threatening like the people or anything?
Oh, they're
like
shooting
that? Or
at
are they
people.
just
They're grabbing people. You actually see them grab this young girl as a dowel flies out of her hand and hits the ground.
Gentlemen, I
any...
think we should make haste. Quick, let us get to my vehicle. I've been working on this thing, you know. And how do I throw a fate point in there?
Are you trying to declare a?
I'm declaring a stunt.
Yeah, you're doing a stunt. Yep. Okay, so Edgar, you're going to click on your the 3. You see how you have the 3 tokens?
Yep.
You can actually discard one of those.
Okay, so I just throw one out there?
Yep.
All right, there we
Put it
go.
on the table. Okay, and you are using, what stunt are you using?
I am using always making useful things.
Okay.
And what I'm doing is I'm going to put a new aspect in here. It's going to be the vehicle that I seem to have just parked at the curb over here. It is powered, in fact, by 8 Tesla coils.
Oh, man.
It is extremely powerful. In fact, it projects a shield around its carapace so that we are not subject to these pew-pew rounds.
You're not subject to the pew-pew rays?
That's right.
Okay. So, you will need to... So basically what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to make a crafts roll.
Okay. I'm good at crafts. Let's see if I can make it happen.
Oh, actually it says you don't have to spend a fate point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't. Oh, excellent.
So I'm gonna deal you back.
And I just got a 7.
You got a what?
A blank and a +4.
So you got a 7?
I got a 7.
Okay, well that is going to now you can see up on your thing, up on your little display bar. You have the text. You can use the text tool.
I got it.
What you need to do is just write down. Actually, I need to put this in the boosts. Sorry, these all need to go down here. You can write your little thing down.
So what does this
area?
vehicle
You can use
look
the
like?
text. It's like an ATV, like a tank, like an armored personnel APC.
That's right, and it's got these big like Tesla coils popping out from the top of it, sort of toward the back.
I was really hoping it was going to look like
arcing wildly all over the place, and they make kind of an umbrella around the thing.
What did you say?
I was kind of hoping for like a Conestoga wagon with, you know, maybe like the covered part is the arc of the Tesla coil, you know.
Okay. So there's my aspect right there. Away to my vehicle.
Okay, I'm going to throw that down in the boosts. Situation aspects are actually the...
Okay, that's the worst.
No, that's fine. I'm doing it just so I can kind of see what's going on.
I need to make this a little smaller so I can see all of it.
Yeah.
There we go.
So, yeah, so you guys have this vehicle that was actually... You've added it to your normal patrol vehicle. And, yeah, you can see that there are... Here's your Tesla vehicle, and you can see that down the street is these little dudes, basically down this
I
way.
think if they seem to be, you know, causing some form of ruckus for the general populace, that we should probably endeavor to put that to an end.
Well, I don't know about that. They seem kind of dangerous.
That is precisely why I think we should put that to an end. Now Tuk has the drop on them, right? He could like I don't know.
He could use that. Meaning he has the drop, meaning that he could actually he could use that as a he could use that to add to an attack roll if he wanted to, or use it any sort of roll that would give you guys the upper hand, or give him the upper hand.
Right. You want Tuk fight? Tuk fight now?
No! Don't draw attention to us.
Tuk fight?
So
is Tuk instinct to fight, Don? Because I can't tell you not to engage in your instincts.
I don't know.
Is there anything? Is there maybe anything like in the area that we could like knock over on these guys, like a water tower or something cool like that we could maybe take out a large number of them all at once?
Well, for a fate point, totally, there's a water tower there.
Because here's what I'm thinking: we drive the wagon into it,
Okay.
And
all right.
So now that's there. There's a big old water tower.
Yeah, there's now a water tower that just happens to be right there. As we look up, you go, oh my gosh, look at that gigantic water tower.
You know what's excellent though? I'm an average driver.
What's that?
You're about the Rain Man on us, weren't you?
I'm an adequate driver.
You're I'm an excellent driver. Okay, so these guys have no idea what's about to go. So GW, are you going to drive?
I'm going to attempt to drive, and let's hope it goes well. And right. I'm gonna do it up in the Roll20 because I haven't used those either. Well, that's not so shabby, the driving.
Not so shabby at all, considering. Yeah, so these poor guys are completely unaware as you are able to, let's see how many of them there are. Okay. You're there, at this point, you knock this thing over, and there's maybe, as the water tower falls on the ground, you knock it, it falls. You see the scenes of the water where the people are kind of floating away as they're going down the street, but there are still two pew pew guys standing. So what I need everybody to do, actually I don't need anybody to do, because you don't roll initiative for combat. What you do is everybody's, I guess it's the notice skill is going to be the thing that you're going to go by. And I think the highest notice is Tuk actually.
Yeah.
I think it's
going
to be Tuk, GW, and Doc Vacation, because you're too busy getting drunk.
Well, I'm pointing out the clearly marked water towers that can,
Yeah.
All right. So you want to
say that it's going to be Tuk, GW, the two guards left, and then Doc Vacation.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so Tuk, you have seen this water tower fall over. 5 or 6 guys have all just kind of whooshed away. They're gone. They're out of the scene right now.
All right.
As you drove your little blue coupe right into it.
So Tuk-Tuk's going to jump out onto one of those guys then.
Okay. So, if you want to fight, basically you have your fight. I don't think you actually have a shoot skill. Another thing about this is you can be really hardcore if you want, where you could actually track bullets, say if you have equipment. But for the most part, the way that I run this and the way that kind of his rules is written is that stuff's not really paid attention to. Equipment, it's kind of like movies. You don't ever, unless you're doing like an Arnold Schwarzenegger commando scene where I'm going to go to the sporting goods store and break it down and find the secret button and ramp up with all of my, unless you're doing something like that and you want to be hardcore like that, it's very cinematic in that, I have the stuff that I need.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the fight skill, so you can use that.
What do you fight
and then
with?
that's going to be an opposed roll. So you rolled a 4.
Yeah, I rolled a 4.
Okay. And he is going to oppose with his fight. Oh my goodness. A -1.
Nice.
So normally I would, if this was a name, this is kind of a mod character. If this was a named character, I could use, as you guys can see, you have your physical stress, your mental stress, and your consequences. You can actually mitigate some of that damage by putting them in those boxes. But this was such a horrible roll, don't really care. So you were able to tell me how you vanquish this foe, who perhaps his pew-pew rifle was hurt by the water. How did you defeat this?
Yeah. Well, Tuk is a student of Punky snake style, so he probably flew through the air, and the snake style is like lots of twisting limbs. I don't know if as a Martian he has extra elbows, but
I don't know. Does he?
Yeah, he does. He has extra elbows.
Does he have 4 arms also?
Does he have extra knees?
He has extra knees.
The little green men that I imagine are the literally little green men. I don't imagine them to be the green men of Barsoom per se.
Oh.
Yeah, he's not Tars Tarkas. He's like little.
I was picturing Kif from Futurama.
I was picturing Greedo for some reason.
Greedo. No, I think when I think of Tuk, I think of like a 3 foot tall. He's like a green hobbit, but a green hobbit that actually looks like a gray. So imagine a gray that's green, but is also a hobbit.
And with extra elbows.
Yes,
with extra elbows.
Yeah, so he actually grabbed the gun and kind of twisted it out of the dude's hands and kind of bopped him in the face with it as his extra long elbowed leg thing.
Yep.
Knee.
Limb.
Extra knees.
His appendages.
Snaked around behind him. And he beat him in the face.
I think this is more like octopus style, is what you're describing.
He's knocked out. He is on the ground. You have one guy left. GW. There's one more of General So's. One more of General So's soldiers standing in front of you.
Well, I shall run him down. That would be the drive skill, say?
What's that?
That would be drive.
He's trying to run him over with the car.
Yeah, he's going to use it's going to be a drive.
Okay.
A drive versus athletics check.
All right.
Watch out for Tuk.
I got a 1.
Okay, well, let's see. All he has to do is beat a 1.
But he will not do it.
He did beat it. So you try to drive him over. Tell me how he gets out of the way of your giant Tesla coiled vehicle.
Well, strangely enough, he uses his pew-pew rifle almost like he's pole vaulting. He projects his body over the vehicle itself. We watch him sail over in amazement.
Yes, and he actually gets a little boost from this.
Yeah, that's a pretty significant.
Because he did a. We're gonna say that he actually. Not only did he get out of the way, but he's actually double fisting right now. He has 2 pew-pew rifles.
Oh,
and it's actually his turn. He does want to hightail it and get out of there, but you know what? He feels like that he could probably destroy this, at least try to destroy you guys. So he's going to try to shoot.
So as he's done his pole vault thing and he's sailing over us, he's all with both guns.
Yeah, he actually grabs one. He is.
Yeah.
And he's going to try to shoot. Specifically, he's going to try to shoot at you, Edgar. So I'm guessing that you either need to. I'm going to say give me a drive because I don't know if actually you could use athletics.
No, I can't.
To try to even get out of the way.
I mean, I could use fight, I suppose, to dodge it, but I think probably since I'm driving, that makes a heck of a lot more sense.
Yep. I'm going to say
because I'm thinking on my way. I'm going to like serpentine the vehicle.
Yes.
Oh man.
Okay, so listen, Edgar. This is one of those situations where
that's what I'm going to be spending that point, huh?
This is one of those situations where you could spend a fate point and re-roll that.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, throw a fate point out there and then re-roll all those dice again.
Okay, sounds perfect. Here we go.
And actually, no, but the thing is, but I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you two things. First things first is for the most part, whenever you're going to re-roll the dice, I usually say, oh, it's because of this or that. But the other thing is that even when you get your re-roll, it always stays what the first, like the whatever the highest roll is. It's never going to be worse. It's never going to be worse.
Okay.
It's not unless you're like. But like I said, this system is very hackable. If you wanted to say, oh, you get to take your worst roll.
I actually want to take the worst roll.
You want to take the worst roll?
I do.
Okay, that's fine with me. So this is what we're going to do. You can do one or two things because technically, we'll say that you're actually. I'm thinking because didn't you say you created this to be able to fend against the pew-pew rifle specifically?
I did, yes.
You did say that. I'm going to say that he actually, because he rolled a 3, but your vehicle was better than that because it had a +2, I'm going to say it only gave you a 1. So this is what you can do to mitigate because you got hit.
Okay.
The thing that you can do,
one physical stress there?
Yes, you can do one of two things. You can either concede, but if you don't want to do that, you can either take the value, either that or higher. So meaning you got hit for 1, so you can just fill in your 1 box.
I'll concede the 1.
Okay, so this keeps you in the fight. But like for example, if you got hit for 1 again, you couldn't mark 1 again. You'd have to take 2.
Right.
And then so on and so forth. But you only have 2 physical stress. You'd have to actually go to a consequence. Okay. Lastly but not leastly, Doc Vacation. Your friend has just gotten hit by a pew-pew rifle by this kung fu fighting general acrobatic soldier.
Well, good news is I'm right there with my 6 guns, and I'm just gonna we have to take this guy out. So here we go. Rolling.
Oh snap! You rolled a 1. Now, mind you, like I said, you can use that to re-roll. You can use a fate point to re-roll, or you can invoke an aspect to add a +1 to that, or add a +2. Sorry.
Can I wait to see how he rolls?
I usually no. You usually have to spend it before.
You know what? I'm just going to leave it there.
Okay, so he's going to use his athletics to try to dodge out of the way the best that he can. And oh man, he was able to easily dodge the bullets. This is what we call the golden boy. He is the single. I'm unnamed, but I have 2 guns. Tuck, back at the top.
Yes, since it seems my companions cannot fight worth a damn, Tuck will take care of this, and he's going to Is he the dude flew over the
Yeah,
vehicle?
he is still. Yeah, at this point he's still like mid shooting.
All right. I'm gonna, I still have this rifle in my, I still have this rifle in my hand, so I'm gonna try and whip it at the dude, like throw
Oh
it.
yes, perfect.
With my athletics, I would guess, right?
If you're, what are you trying to do?
Throwing the rifle.
Are you trying to throw it?
Yeah, because you said that it was broken. In the.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, let me check. I think athletics is technically throwing, but
right.
we'll see. It's not meant to attack. I would say you can just use use fight.
Oh well, I'd love to use fight because
I
it's
think
a
fight's your
one
best.
higher. All right.
Fighting is fighting. It's not shooting.
All right. Tuck
Oh my
is a
Okay.
badass.
Yes, he is. Or maybe your macros just maybe the what do they call this? The quantum engine that Roll20 uses. Maybe it technically doesn't. It's not doing its job. We have a guy on Thursdays that consistently rolls like ones like all the time.
The Metal Gods guys know all about that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna try to dodge out of the way, and oh my goodness, does he not dodge out of the way? Tuck. As you, how do you vanquish this foe?
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna. All right. Did I just throw the rifle, or did I actually like jump after him and attack him?
I don't know. You tell me.
All right. So Tuck is fast, and he kind of like caught him in the air, and although he's light, he kind of like did a somersault on him and crushed him down into the tank we're driving, or the APC, and kind of like made him hit his head on the metal.
Oh,
and
you
his
curb
spine.
stomp. It's not a curb stomp. It's a tank stomp. He tank stomps the General So's guy, falls to the ground as he's laying there. You still hear the pew pews and whatnot of rifles all around. But the little girl looks at you and says, "Thank you, sirs. I don't know what I would have done without you." She grabs her doll and runs off and finds her mother.
All right. Well,
So there's still
clearly we now.
I know we're right in the middle of a fight, but let me make an observation here.
You were actually done with the fight at this point. They're all
Point
gone.
of comparison.
Oh,
Seems
yeah.
like almost everything that we're able to do is like the mighty deed of arms in DCC.
Yeah.
In terms of you are definitely creating part of the scene. You're dictating the action.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, like the roles kind of dictate to the level where they're at. But yes, because it's more of a story-ish sort of game. Everything's very narrative kind of, as opposed to maybe D&D or other games that have more of a kind of, I don't want to say binary because that's not the right term. It's not as gradual, if that makes any sense. But yeah,
it's not purely mechanical.
No, this is definitely not as mechanical. In those senses, way more, like I said, narrative, quote unquote, cinematic, meaning the roles kind of can dictate what you're doing. But like whereas, for example, a Mighty Deeds of Arms in DCC would let you add that little bonus and you kind of get to fulfill the action. It sort of does have that feel, but not quite. But yeah, but it definitely, like I said, super cinematic. So, anything else?
Hey.
Good doctor.
All right. Did GW take damage, or whatever?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, GW.
All right.
Okay, you are going to. We're done with this little scene. So yeah, now I will tell you this: physical stress, and I'll explain damage right now. Physical stress, those 3 boxes or 2 boxes, GW only has 2. Mm-hmm. Those 2 check marks, if you had 2, they will go away instantaneously.
Oh, okay.
Like, as soon as the scene's over, there basically you just got sweated a little bit. Now, Don, if he was to take a consequence, meaning the +2, if he would have taken that consequence, that's right there. You could right there. Sorry, if he was to take one of these consequences, specifically the 2 consequence. you
Right.
could use your lore and heal
Alright.
him because you have a special little ability that lets you be able to use your lore skill to make a heal check. Now, for example, to make that heal check, to make that 2, you would have to roll a 2 or better to heal him.
All right. Wow.
You get it? So
Yeah.
at a moderate, you would have to make a 4 or better. And then for severe, and the way that it kind of works damage-wise is our consequences. Sorry, you have to be clear. Consequences. A 2 consequence goes away. 2 consequence goes away after a scene. The 4 consequence goes away after. 2 consequence goes away after the session. A 4 consequence goes away after a. Trying to think of the thing, but the 6 goes away like at the end of a campaign, meaning that would be like you have a broken, arm, something that.
Unless somehow you buy
What
it
is the?
down, right?
What's that?
But you can do things to buy it down.
Yes, you can. Not only can you buy it down, but you can get rid of it.
Right.
And now, mind you, those consequences can be either physical or mental or emotional. Like they don't have to be just hit point. Like Now, mind you, we're going to think mostly physical when we're doing fighting things, but that's not always the case. Okay, so
what is the new? Well, I've got another question about those.
Go for it.
What does the number there mean?
Which number?
Like 2, 4, 6.
Okay,
Like,
2, 4, 6. Okay, so this is the way it works. The first thing that you're going to want to do if you take like mental or physical stress, mental stress being like, oh, there's a guy trying to talk you down, or do you know what I mean, like something like that, or intimidate you, you could take it as mental stress, or it could be psychic stress, if you will. You want to fill up those stress boxes first. Those are the first things you want to get rid of, because if you take instead of using, so for example, Tuk, you have 2 stress boxes, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So if you were to take 5 damage, right? So if you were to take 5, okay, 5 meaning like you couldn't do anything else, you wanted to use this, you would mark off your 1, you would mark off your 2, and you would take a 2 mild consequence so that you wouldn't be out of the fight.
All right.
Get it?
Yeah.
But the problem with that consequence is that consequence would also add that consequence would also add a negative 2 or a +2 to your enemy's rolls against you if you wanted to use a fate point to just activate it. Like you would say.
So it becomes an aspect.
It becomes an aspect.
So now, what if you decided you didn't want to take the physical stress? Would you be out of the fight then?
You would concede. Now the interesting thing with this is conceding to the fight isn't always a bad thing, because if you concede, I give you a fate point. So you do get something out of the deal. So it's not like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to get anything out of this.
I gotcha.
Yeah. So you'll actually, if you concede from the fight, you get a fate point.
Okay.
Any
So
questions about damage?
You mentioned something about a broken pew rifle.
Oh yeah, there's broken pew rifles.
I could probably fix that.
Oh, you can definitely fix that.
In
You
fact,
can at least try.
Are you thinking?
I could make it better than new. Or maybe.
Well, something I was thinking here is, assuming we're not of too different a stature of these soldiers, there's a distinct possibility we might be able to, have apprehended ourselves a, Martian, resistor here, Ithacus, and might be able to find our way to that General Tso.
That's true. That's true.
Proc our way through his.
And then put him in a handy vehicle.
And you can still hear, like I said, you still hear the pews of many things going around. Like I said, there's
we're changing
people
outfits real fast.
What's that?
We're changing outfits real fast. We're gonna put on
We're gonna take the uniforms and
we'll
we're
say
gonna take
Tuk is just a little, even for these short guys. Tuk is still his outfit is maybe just a little too big. It's kind of drooping on the hands or the arms.
And can we take a prisoner here? I think not everybody's dead.
Well, I was thinking that Tuk. I was assuming that Tuk wouldn't have fit, the thing, so we could pretend like he's our prisoner and schmooze our way in, Unless they're just shooting on sight.
It's the old Chewbacca
Yeah.
Luke.
Yeah.
Deal.
More believable if you've got a prisoner.
That's true, but I still think we should find out from these fellows what is going on.
Okay, so who's going to talk to him?
Clear what's going on.
That would be a.
Doc, you're the smooth talker.
I would say either probably a rapport is going to be the skill, and we all know
that's
the rapport.
clearly that's my skill. The thing is
it's your skill. Okay, so you have these very wet.
Well, now we're gonna take one of the guys who we stripped the clothes off of.
Yeah, they're still, like I said, they have the water.
He's all like,
over
yeah,
them.
and they're all like
wet,
bound and yeah.
So
they're bound and gagged, and we're gonna lean them up against the exhaust of the Tesla coil machine.
Oh my goodness! Yep.
The Teslatron, and we're gonna have to, boys, we might have to ask you a couple of questions, uncork the flask, kind of, leave it out there a little bit suggestively, like, answer right, you might, get a swig, something along those lines.
Yeah. So this is gonna be.
So I'm gonna roll.
Yep. So this is going to be actually opposition of rapport versus will. So you're going to roll your rapport, and I'm going to roll.
Oh man! I rolled a 0.
Okay. Well, you can, because you are a gentleman with a grifter tongue. You probably could.
A gentleman grifter with the golden tongue.
Sorry, a gentleman grifter with a tongue.
You wrote it. You should know.
Because
so I can use a fate point to reroll?
You can use a fate point to reroll that.
That would be a good idea.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm going to do that.
Yep, that's what I would do.
So there it is. And
4.
It's
Perfect.
a 4.
Okay. Yeah, you tell him that, here, you can, perhaps you could get something with this.
Yeah.
As he looks you square in the eye and says, "This actually sounds like a pretty good idea."
Excellent. I've got a question about
you
something.
literally got the weakest one.
Yeah.
This is not the golden boy.
I've got a question about something on my character sheet that I don't understand.
Go for it.
That's best foot forward, and it says twice per session you may upgrade a boost you receive with rapport into a full situation aspect with a free invocation. That's a lot of jargon.
Okay, so this is okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. So the difference between a boost and an aspect is a boost is used one time and it goes away. It's done. It's used and it vanquishes. Like it was a cloud, it's there, and then you use it, and it's a one-time use deal, and it's done. Whereas a situation aspect is an aspect, like you guys created situation aspects that exist. Like his car was an aspect. He was using the create an advantage action when he used that. So it was actually it could actually be used multiple times as long as you have the currency, the fuel of the fate point to use it.
Okay. And that doesn't tell me about boosts.
No, but a boost is an aspect that's a one-time used aspect.
Okay.
So because I'm gonna. Well, I was just gonna say because you got a +3, you actually didn't just succeed; you succeeded with style. So you would get a boost based on that.
Oh,
because you're trying to overcome an obstacle.
That's what I thought might be the case. So, like, my question is, like, twice perception, you may upgrade a boost into a full situation aspect with a free invocation. So, what's the boost that I would get out of this? Like, maybe like the secret password to get in, or like where.
Yeah, I mean, it could be
General So's headquarters is?
But it's a specific situation. The situation that you're in right now is that you're trying to get information, and you could create a boost or a situation aspect that would basically say loosest lips of the lot. Do you know what I mean? That it's
yeah,
it's an aspect.
but I've already used that once. Like,
Hold it.
I'm just not.
Could you do something like the general's laundry ticket?
Oh, the general's laundry ticket.
And essentially, not only do you find out the password, but you also get his dry cleaning bill, so you can go pick up a spare uniform and infiltrate in uniform.
We got those. We've got spare uniforms.
No.
These guys are taking the uniforms.
Like the general's uniform. I don't know. I'm just trying to explore the possibilities here.
Yeah, no, and that's totally true. I mean, you can go over the things. I'm just trying to explain how specifically, like a situation aspect would have been the situation that you guys were in for fighting. It would apply to that situation, whereas the situation you have now would apply specifically to the interrogation or the, you know what I mean, the specific.
Well, I kind of do, but the thing that I'm trying to sort out is, what I do with what we're doing,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
like that to me, like mechanically, this is really like awkward to me. So like, okay, I rolled rapport to interrogate this guy. Mm-hmm. Now, what do I do with that? Like, what should I be getting?
But remember this: that the +3 shifts, because you got 3 over. You can use that for an additional benefit. It can be a major benefit, meaning you don't have to use it as a situation aspect or a boost. You can just create a fact. Do you know what I mean? You could say, oh, well, he loosed his guts and you know exactly where he's at. Do you know what I mean?
I guess. I don't know. I'm frustrated by the system already. Because it seems, I don't know. It seems like there's purposeless distinctions between things. Like, what's the point in having a boost if I can just have something better automatically? Like I guess I'm not getting that.
But you had to buy
it.
Yeah,
no, right? I get it. Yeah, no, I'm just trying to give you. I want to give you the options, and maybe I'm overloading you with analysis paralysis. That would be my fault.
Okay, let's keep it simple.
Yeah.
Well, I think one of my problems with this game is the jargon, and is that the jargon is so alien to me, and that is a serious problem for me. I can't get past. I don't know what a boost. I still only vaguely understand that a boost is like a one-use aspect. A situational aspect is an aspect that's only in play during the scene in which it occurs, but it's there for the whole scene, right? And beyond that, like, I don't know. Is there a story aspect or something like that? I mean, because there's like game aspects, as you would call them. So there'd be an aspect that would be over the entire game, and you usually create those in the first session. But like I said, those are things that we're not gonna totally go into because they even make it even murkier. But like I said, those things are meant specifically if you're doing a bigger game, like a full campaign. Okay, so I'm still kind of lost as to what I accomplished by, building rapport with this guy, and getting him to talk to me about stuff.
You get 2 things. I'll just make it really simple. You get 2 things. One, you are trying to, when you're building rapport with him, you're trying to find something out. You find that something out, plus you've succeeded the task that you had, plus you get that extra bonus, which could be a boost, but because of your character, could be also created into a situation aspect. Does that make sense?
Sort of. I just have no idea what that would be. I get that there are facts.
What do you want?
But I don't.
What do you want?
I don't have no idea. I don't understand the jargon fully. So I get that I can get the answer to my question.
Yep.
I'm not sure I understand the scope of what I can accomplish, with the situational aspect or whatever. That's just really kind of foreign to me,
Yes, it definitely is. It's a foreign idea, which is actually, it's a mechanic. This type of mechanic is actually used a ton in newer games. Like Edge of the Empire has something that's very similar to this as well.
Yeah, but Edge of the Empire to me makes easy sense. Like the boost or the the advantage die and that stuff. That's easy to understand. This is much trickier. Like I don't really get what I would want. I think some of that has to do with scale. And this is getting into like one of my major issues with, or not issues, but one of the things that I think is like something that slows Fate down is that it requires that we're all on the same page from the from moment one as to like scale and scope and stuff like that. And this is a part where like I could have an idea and it might be like totally like crazy and not like a sort of thing that you would want to allow, or and so like as a result, I'm just kind of like, I don't know. There's this dissonance where I'm not sure. I don't understand what the scope of what I'm permitted is.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the. I think that's the part of the double-edged sword of the deal is that I think it's one of those shoot for the moon, and it's up to the GM and to the group to go, yeah, no, or yeah, that sounds awesome. That sounds good. That works.
So if you were trying to get something out of this guy, what would you want? And if you could get something extra, what would it be?
Well, here's my ideal circumstance. This is using my best foot forward, okay? Like, the best foot forward allows me to take a boost and turn it into a situation aspect, right?
Yep.
Maybe this guy who we've got here doesn't just know where General So is. Maybe he's like General So's personal assistant or nephew or something like that, who would be able to get us in to see him really quickly and easily. Or like maybe he reports directly to him. Maybe this is like that goofball captain who like has no will or whatever, but he's promoted because his family's well placed or something like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No. And like I said, that's even. To me, that's something that you could even just say that's an additional benefit. Like, you succeeded, not only did you gain repertoire, but you got this benefit. Oh, he wasn't just that. There was this guy actually happens to be this person that gets us closer to him. Yeah, that's totally allowable.
Or he could be the disloyal lieutenant, and that would be a situational aspect, right?
Well, he's already on our side, right? He's with us, Yeah. We got that already. That was the point of the rapport building.
Yep.
So now that I've got that, the thing that is what I want to do. I want to have him be like the, this guy is close, placed, close in General So's sort of organization, or maybe his incompetent nephew who, still gets to command dudes because
I
of
like
his
the incompetent
uncle.
Nephew. I
love incompetent nephews.
This is the incompetent nephew that was put in charge.
Yeah, I got a couple of those. I'm kidding, guys.
Can we name him Bobo?
Bobo So?
I prefer Bobo So.
Bobo So? Speaking of Bobo, or Boba Fett specifically. I know I posted this, but my son came to my wife and he said if we, well, he didn't say if, he said when we have another boy, we can exactly. He's the short straw right now. We have a boy and 2 girls, and he wants another boy. And he said, when we have a boy, we can either name him Josephus or Boba Fett. And then he goes, or Luke. And then he goes, no, Boba Fett.
It's an old family name, Boba Fett. Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, so Boba Fett.
I'm guessing he's what, about 5?
My son.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's 5. He'll be 6 this year.
Perfect.
It's Boba Fett. Yeah, he is in love with Boba Fett. The same way that all of us were in love with Boba Fett when we didn't know anything.
Okay, so thank you for holding my hand through that process, because these are the things where, like, for me it's like, I don't know, because there's I mean, clearly,
I've worked with 6 to 12-year-olds for a very long time, so I have no problem holding hands.
Good.
Like, for years I've worked with 12-year-olds.
I'm just like a 6 to 12-year-old. So many ways, as you know.
No. I have no, and I knew that. Like I said, I knew already that you were like, oh man, and honestly, that's going to be I think the hugest hurdle in this system specifically is getting that jargon. And I think what's funny is I think inherently we know kind of what stuff does. We just don't know what to call it, or we don't know what to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's that like I said, and that's one of the reasons I've never liked using the ladder with the words, because it makes no sense to me. Numbers make sense to me. There's people that only use the words, and I'm like, dude, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So good is better than fair, and great's better than good, and legendary is like the best.
I know, like poor, feeble, remarkable, incredible.
Exactly.
Sorry, I was going
thing
face rip for a minute there.
And the funny thing is they tell you change that. If you need to change that, make it work for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys have Bobaso. Bobaso is there. Oh man, you're making me want some bubble tea. Bobaso is there. little Boba. Some bubble tea. Some bubble tea with sweet taro bubble tea with a shot in it. So then, that's so good. So you guys have Bobaso. He is with you right now. He is the incompetent nephew of the great general, and he is there and ripe for the picking. He does have the loosest lips of the lot.
Whoa.
What would you like?
Well, he's going to have to take us to his uncle. I think that's just a clear necessity now, and because of course we caught this little Martian here, who's the he knows where the resistance is hiding.
You know of the resistance?
Wait, yeah, we're not there yet. Hold on. Right? Does that make sense? Does that sound like a plan, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He wants to take you right to the general. Okay, so Bobaso, just to move us along. I'm expediting this game. So
good.
As he points you to the way, and you see the giant tower that looms over the city. It's this gigantic ivory-looking tower. It's actually multiple towers that all kind of spin around together. There's probably 6 or 7 of them, and these towers spin and twirl to kind of wrap and then become this giant dome at the top. And it even has like a little Saturn ring around it because you got to have stuff. And it has a little atomic symbol on top, just kind of looming above. Duh. And so he shows you. He goes, he is at the top floor. And as you can see, there are at this point there's actually APCs. If you're just for a kind of a visual, if you will. This is where I wish I had like a Ycom pad so I could actually like draw on a thing. I'm just going to use this piece of paper. It just will be easier. Oh geez, maybe I won't. Yes, I will. So you see at the top there is a little thing, Saturn ring.
Because it's got to have that.
Yeah, it's essential.
So basically down here is where all the tanks and things are kind of surrounding.
Okay.
And you can see the swirling tower with the little that's the main building with the little atomic symbol on top.
It looks like a wang.
I like how it looks. It uses a planet that we're not even on.
Yeah.
Part of it.
Yeah.
Part of its architecture. That's good.
Yeah, that's because it's a United Confederation Alliance.
It's because of space. That's all we need. It's because space.
Spaceship. Yeah. It's pulling on all kinds of tropes at this point. Plethora of tropes. So. Yeah, at this point, you can see that there are now it seemed as if all of the people were kind of fleeing from this area, and now there are troops positioned all on the outside of the building. and I actually need to take a restroom break very quickly, and I'll let you guys kind of talk over what you're going to do.
That's not a problem because I need to grab a beer, and I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back.
I also will grab a beer.
Yes. So, Don, you have to entertain everybody.
Yeah, I'm going to sit here and tell jokes.
You should do that. Now I'm going to feel like I'm missing out. I'm missing Don jokes.
I actually don't have any jokes.
I'm the first one back.
Oh, no, I'm here. So I'm here. I'm back.
Okay. So, all right. Well, your camera's off, man.
No, it's not.
Oh, well, there we go. Ah, nice. Good.
I'm gonna say,
I had to grab it.
The jargon is easily, I think, one of the hardest things to get over with this system.
Yeah, and it's one
easily.
It's misleading to me in many ways.
Go for it.
I really there's something that I like about the game is that it's a game that should be easy to take like common language and turn it into just in-game features quickly and easily. And for me though, the jargon makes it so hard to do that. I thought I understood it a while ago, and I tried to run Fate for Don and Jason Hobbs. I'm sorry. That's not his name anymore, right? What is it now?
Scott.
It's like
Scott Hobbs.
Scott Hubbs. Scott Hubbs,
Scott Hubbs.
I'm not going to ask.
But I forgot. Jason Hobbs has the worst autocorrect on the planet, and so much so, like, he doesn't even bother to fix his his autocorrect bullshit. He's like, like, he doesn't stop and like fix it. He just like will say idiotic nonsense sentences, and they're like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? He's like, just figure it out. Autocorrect, man. Like, so what the like,
no, that
I should not have to decode your.
He needs to turn that shit off,
No, that's funny because that sounds like my wife making up words and saying that siphon is a filter. A siphon. Do you mean a filter?
Siphon?
Yeah, that's what that's what a siphon is. No, that's not what a siphon is. Well, you know what I mean.
Siphon Filter was a video game, and so we started calling this. I got autocorrected when I tried to type the word Hobbs once, and I got autocorrected into Hubs because that appears in my phone because sometimes the wife calls me Hubs, right? So I called Jason Hobbs Hubs instead of Hobbs, and so now we call it Hubsing.
That's right.
Like getting auto corrected so bad that it just fucks up. But it specifically has to do with Jason Hobbs being a jerk with his autocorrect. And then also recently, Jason was credited in I think it was it Death, Ziggurat, and Zero G. He was given by Joe Bittman. He was given a playtest credit as Scott Hobbs for some reason. So he's now he's now Scott Hubbs. So and I'm
internet famous.
And Nathan, just for you, I'm drinking a special.
You know what?
Beer.
I still have. I literally have one sitting in my fridge right now, and I was really tempted to drink it tonight because of you. I really do like dragon. I really do like dragon milk. It's quite yummy.
After you told that story about how you didn't punch the guy out at Gen Con, which I know you didn't. I know you did not do it, but
Literally,
it's so much funnier if that's what happened.
About, because we did that before we recorded.
No,
That's right.
I know, but the minute you talked about that, I was like, "Oh, dragon's milk! It's delicious!" And it makes Nathan punch people.
It makes Nathan punch out the Pathfinder All-Star.
Oh, okay. So let's
we got this milk, right?
Yeah, Bobasoba.
Bobasoba is taking you to the building, this giant phallic-looking building, with a little atomic star, and there's all these APCs that are now surrounding and guards that are there, and
that's not good. That's not good.
No.
All right.
How will you?
I have an idea. Sorry.
Yeah.
Tuk has an idea.
Oh.
If GW can whip up some explosive device from these rifles that we found, or whatever else,
I could certainly give it a shot.
Then Tuk will sneak up and maybe we'll cause an explosion in these APCs.
I'm pretty stealthy too. Perhaps I could even work on sabotaging some of these things.
Oh, some of the other ones, yeah.
Because we have uniforms now. I'm from maintenance.
Well,
yeah.
Well, if we're going to get in to see the general, right?
Yep.
Because we have his incompetent nephew with us.
Yeah, Boba.
Wouldn't it make sense if we? What if we sabotage all the vehicles, like you're saying, specifically to prohibit him from escaping at that dramatically appropriate moment? Because he's got to have like a getaway car stashed somewhere nearby, right? But if we have like everything rigged to blow, then he can't get away.
Yeah, I like it.
It's funny. It's funny that you say that because in the leverage RPG, like that's built into like how the leverage show works. Is it's built into where you've already done that. Like you can do that to where you like in the middle of it. Oh yeah, but we actually rigged all this crap to do
like Bill and Ted style.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, but I mean leverage does that all. Like those heist movies do that all the time, and so that's kind of it replicates that heist scene where you're like, oh yeah, we already did that. Where it's gonna blow. Okay, so are you going to are you trying to?
I'm trying to pass myself off, but I'm gonna let Doc do the talking. I'm just a humble craftsman. That's all. I'm a craftsman.
Okay, so that can still fall under stealth. If you're trying to just kind of blend into the crowd, I have my uniform on. I'm looking like I'm supposed to be here. That would just be a stealth roll. What's everybody else going to do?
Well, Tuk is half the size of these guys.
Can I create a distraction by chatting up any of like the motor pool guards who might be around? Just being all like pals with them to create a distraction.
Okay, are you guys still doing the plan where you're trying to take Tuk in, or is he just kind of on his own?
Yeah. He can hide for a minute while we do this part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so you're.
He can carry my tools. He's my assistant.
Okay, Edgar's going to use his stealth to try to blend in. Adam, you're going to try and strike up a conversation to kind of, hey guys, we're totally supposed to be here.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Well, it's less to be like, hey, we're totally supposed to be here, than to create the distraction for Edgar so nobody's paying attention while he's doing what he's doing.
Oh well, I mean, Edgar is he blends in, man.
I blend.
Yep, they're at a. I'm just gonna say it's passive. They're not actively trying to. They're kind of just standing there waiting. But because of the uniforms and whatnot, 3 easily. You got 1 above that. You're easily able to go through. Adam, what are you doing?
Well, since I'm talking to these guys and I see that that we might have an advantage to press here, since I am not necessary to distract. Let's see if we can't get a little bit more info and maybe find out something about like how many guys are with the general, or like what the defenses are.
Okay, so one of the guards looks at you and he says, "What are you doing here?"
Oh, well, just bringing back prisoners. We're happy to serve the cause, whatever their cool gesture is that I might have seen. And I kind of went like Black Power suddenly, And
Exactly.
right home.
That's green power, man.
I pulled out my Afro pick. Oh, wrong thing. Yes. So they we're bringing in a prisoner, that kind of thing, and we think that this Martian has information. Blah blah blah. That's my lead up. That's my So we're bringing him in for interrogation.
Okay.
And what I want to make sure. Here's what I want to know. Because I thought about it a little bit more as I was talking, because I could do that. What I want to know is how, the other leaders, who, he's clearly taken possession of. He's got in custody. So he can be the world boss. Then I want to know that they, where they are, how, what their kind of what their lockup situation is like, and then how protected is the general.
Okay, so 3 questions. The questions.
Well, really just 2.
Okay,
well,
2.
I guess kind of 3.
It is.
Yeah,
So
I'd say 2.
Where they're at. You want to know where they're at. You want to know where. You want to know 1, where they're at. 2, how many guys are kind of up there with them guarding. Correct.
Well, I'd say 1 is the hostages, the governmental hostages. Where are they being held, and by how many dudes?
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's 1 or 2 questions, depending on how you want to look at it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, just phrasing it like, hey, comrade, are the hostages still where they were before?
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Up at the top.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, yeah. Give me the report roll.
Okay. 4.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll say that you. Yeah, he goes. Yes, they are still being held by the great general at the top of the building. In the
Excellent. And I assume that they're well defended, and we've got enough guards there in case some of these rebels.
He has his. Oh yes, that he never leaves his faithful sidekick Kungi.
Uh-oh.
Kungi is there to
is Adam
protect
frozen?
him.
I think he's frozen.
That's okay. You guys can talk now.
All right. Really?
So that's so weird that open space when Adam doesn't talk.
All right. So we're trying to. I want to impersonate a maintenance guy, and I want to
do some sabotage.
Okay.
So you're wanting to at this point you are wanting to create an advantage. You want to create some sort of.
I am creating an advantage, which means I need to spend a fate point.
No, you don't have to spend. You don't have to spend a fate point to create an advantage. Creating an advantage is so basically just. I don't know if I've explained.
Oh, I'm rolling, right?
Yeah, there's
I'm
4.
going to try to create an advantage through craft.
Exactly. You're going to basically do. There's 4 actions. There's you overcoming. So, example, I'm trying to get past these guards. That would be an overcome. The second thing would be I'm trying to create an advantage. Creating an advantage is where you're actually trying to create an aspect that you can use the next time you are for even somebody else to use. You're creating something that they get a +2 to their roll. You can either attack and you can defend. Those are basically the 4 things you'll always be able to do. So you're trying to create an advantage that basically will give you a +2 automatically.
Okay.
So give me a
advantage. Well, I need to get. Do I need to legitimize myself, or was that the blending thing I was doing?
You stealth. As Doc Vacation was kind of talking it up. As Doc Vacation was kind of talking it up with the guard that's in front, you were able to kind of go incognito, and you were able to kind of move out of the way. And you're
back, guys.
You're
Sorry.
kind of behind the APCs right now.
Okay, so now I need to look like I deserve to be there, and I'm going to start spouting things about maintenance schedules.
Oh, okay. And so what are you trying to do? That's probably what I need to know more than anything. Are you trying to sabotage, or are you trying to...
I'm going to try and make it so that when these things try to turn on, the engines go kablooey.
Okay.
Car
So
bomb.
are you going to actually...
Not necessarily like blow the whole thing up, but stop
No.
work.
Okay. Yeah, you're going to make them put some sugar in the gas tanks.
Exactly. I'm going to misroute some wires so that when certain systems turn on, they just short the whole thing out.
Okay, so you can, at this point, so you're basically going around, hey, these suckers need to be fixed. And so you're going to go around and try to, I'm going to say because you're a roll before for stealth, nobody notices you, nobody is even paying attention to you. You're
Right,
just a part
I got
of
the tools, and I seem to know what I'm doing.
Oh yeah, you got the tools, you know what you're doing. So give me a craft check to create an advantage.
All right. Big money, no whammies.
Big money. Oh my goodness.
Whoa!
That's big old money
That's
right there.
6.
Yeah, you
So
created
is that 2 shifts?
that's no, because what you have, so what you have is basically, I was going to say that's probably to do these tanks would be maybe a 3 at the most. So you got 3. You still were able to succeed with style. So not only did you get the aspect of these things are going to blow up, but you get to use it twice for free.
Oh, good. So that's now a situation aspect.
Yep.
All right.
That's a rig to blow.
Okay, awesome. I'll
Yeah,
put
fit to blow.
I'll put it up there.
Just put it up there and then put ×2.
So we've got Tim Callahan heckling us, kind of.
I see that. Didn't do it.
You know, he couldn't be bothered to show up to freaking game, but he can,
Yeah,
heckle
he
us
can talk
like
his
a
shit.
jerk.
What the hell, man?
Yeah.
Damn it, Tim.
I miss you, Tim. You should just join us.
I just got my 6th issue of Crawl Jammer today. I don't know if I'm going to resubscribe with this kind of attitude, sir.
Has nothing
Tim.
to do with
Tim, you should just pop on in person just to yell at us in person.
Yeah.
Just even
You
for
don't
a
even
second.
have to play.
You don't even need to play. You can actually literally heckle us. You can be that guy that stands by the table and comments the whole time and actually isn't playing.
I hate that guy.
Yeah.
That's a jerk.
He's a self-hating guy.
That's usually me.
Actually. Okay, so you put that at rig to blow ×2. You can use it twice, so you got +2s to both rolls, or just the fact that you can do it. So you've done that. Tuk Tuk, are you in any sort of manacles or any? Are you in any sort of manacles or any sort of, because they were taking you as a prisoner?
Yeah, so I'm with the doc because he's been talking it up, and I am in some loose manacles I can pop out of when I need to.
Okay, sounds good. I was gonna tell Tim I'll take off my shirt and my pants if
No,
that makes me feel more
no, that's
comfortable.
against the rules. It's against the rules.
That's
And
true.
Don learned this early on in our online friendship, is that when gaming with folks, I require that they
You
be.
wear pants
I mean, you don't have to have shoes on, but
You don't
shirts
have
and.
pants?
You know how many people actually don't exercise good judgment with their attire when doing online stuff? Apparently, it's more than one would assume. I've never seen it, but I know plenty of people who have. So, Scott Hubbs has some pretty good stories about dudes watching porn while they're trying to play hangout games and
Wow.
not wearing pants or shirts. Basically just like showing up to game in their underwear, and little distracting. All I'm gonna say, you wouldn't do that in a live game. Why would you do it online?
There would be somebody in my group that would literally just say, "Why not?" Okay, so Tuk, you have the loose manacles on.
Yeah.
Okay, and you were able to, Adam, you were able to talk that up.
Yes.
You figured out that he is actually at the top now, at the top of the building.
Cool.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna wait for everything to have been rigged to blow.
It's
and then
done, man. We're good to go.
I mean, well then, as soon as I can see Edgar's ready to go, we'll round up Bobaso and head up top.
Yep. Okay. So you go past them. You go inside. It's pretty, like I said, it's what you'd expect. There's all these guards and whatnot that are keeping these, that are guarding the elevators and all the different lifts. I guess at this point, they're those clear lifts that take you up, and you find the elevator and you take it up to the top. Stop me if this cutscene's too long. It takes you up to the top. As you see a large, gigantic domed room that is almost Colosseum-style seating. As you can see in the center, there's General So standing there, sitting at the highest chair, and he has all the delegates standing there. They're all on their hands and knees, hands tied behind their backs. They have blindfolds over their eyes and gags in their mouth as he's spouting off his rhetoric over them and talking about, I am now in charge. I am the king. I am the best. I am the spiciest. I am the tastiest. Nobody wants any more freaking pineapple. Why do you put uncooked freaking bell pepper in that crap? Nobody eats that. General So is the best.
All right, I hate those restaurants that give you Emperor's chicken when you ask for General So's.
Oh gosh, the worst.
I mean,
Absolute
right?
Worst. Ugh. Don't put uncooked bell pepper and canned pineapple in my food, please. Doesn't make it better. There's literally bell peppers, not sour. Okay, so yeah, he's up there spouting. He's like, and when I'm in charge, everything will have broccoli in
now,
it,
so.
but not too much. But not too much broccoli. Because if it's too much broccoli, it's bad. But it needs to be just spicy and sweet. People keep screwing it up. I'm in charge now.
So he sounds pretty distracted as we come in.
I was gonna say his argument is sounding really good to you guys. Like,
yeah, like where's my phone?
So yeah, he's going on about that, and he goes, and if you don't agree with me, you will be the first against the wall, and you are the first against the wall. Empress Chicken, you are the first against the wall. And as he's placing one of the she's probably a semi-handsome woman. She has one of those Chiquita banana hats on, and she's being pushed up against the wall, and he's having his guards line up as they're lining up to shoot the banana basket off of her head.
Is there like a big window in this room?
Oh, it's one gigantic window.
It's like, okay, cool. All right. So, and how many guards are up here with him?
Oh.
And I know it's his fancy pants bodyguard, super goon squad.
Bodyguard yet. Actually, if you want to give me a notice roll, you can see if he's looming there somewhere in the background.
Hey!
Snap!
What?
Wow.
Oh, I don't
not
ever
even
notice.
I mean, literally, as you start, you come over the arc as you're still trying to kind of keep back a little bit. You can see looming in the background in the shadow. You can see the glinting eyes of what looks to be this gigantic man. He looks like, oh gosh, I'm trying to think what his name was. He was in all the Bruce Lee movies. Remember the big guy? You're next. You're next. Yeah. He was in Enter the Dragon and Bloodsport and pretty much every other. What's his name?
Bolo Young.
Yeah, Bolo Young. And
Bolo
so
Young.
you see Bolo Young. You see him with his red headband in the background, and he has Jackson's his thing tied around his leg. Jackson's Harley Davidson headband tied around his leg.
Okay, so other than I need that headband, by the way. So other than, although Tuck Tuck might want it as a as a totem
as a 10-year-old,
of the Harley Davidson
of that whole movie. I think he's everybody's favorite character.
So other than Bolo Young, how many guards are up in this shiz? Or soldiers? They're not guards, really.
We'll say that there's at this point there's his bodyguard. So we'll say that there's probably 6 guards, and they're all at this present moment they're all lined up on the opposite side. So I'll say it. I hate drawing with my this thing on here. So I'll draw on this piece of paper.
You don't have to draw it.
No, it's okay. I went to school, dude, to draw things.
Did you?
So I did.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know that's so weird.
And
I rarely use it, so that's the thing. I went to school for art, and I became a musician.
Sounds about right from everyone I know. Every musician I know. That makes perfect sense.
I love that show Red Dwarf, and it has one of my favorite lines concerning art school. And Rimmer asks Lister, he says, "How did you get into art school? Same way everybody does. Failed me courses and applied." So up here at the top is the seat. That's where our general so is. Tungi is over. Tungi is over here. Here's your 6 delegates, and then here's the 6 guards, and you guys are coming in down here.
Right there. Okay.
I say we blow out the window behind the guards and let the crazy winds at this high altitude fuck everything up.
It is, you know what, and that is I will say that is you could create that advantage. Do you want to shoot out the window by creating advantage?
Shit, yeah.
Okay, so you're going to use your shoots. You're going to use your shoot skill, and you're going to use that to create this a free situation aspect.
Okay, so I still have to roll the shoot though, right?
Still roll shoot. Yep. Did you roll it?
Okay. Not yet. Here it comes. 5!
Yeah!
Okay, so
maybe the shrapnel's tearing through here and yeah, sweet.
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually gonna say that one of those guys. I'm gonna say one of them died, just automatically. You killed one. And I'm also gonna say you get 2 free. You can invoke that, meaning you can use a +2 for anybody. Cool. Anybody can use that +2 twice. So you're going to want to add over in the situation aspects whatever word that is blown out.
It's the first 2 people to use it, right? Or is it each of us gets to use it twice?
No, it has 2 uses, but anybody can use it.
Right.
Yep.
Cool. Good. That's what I was hoping for.
Exactly.
I want to set everybody up to succeed. Yeah.
Yep. That's what you did. So you blew out that window and created an aspect that we'll call. What do you think it should be called? What do you want to call it? Blown out window or gusty winds?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's kind of it's partially like the glass shrapnel and partially like the big old winds. So glass hurricane.
Glass hurricane. Yeah, that works.
You know what? since we're sort of running on toward 11 now, I think I want to try something a little bold.
What's that?
You should do it.
I got a stunt called I've Read About That. You've read hundreds, if not thousands, of books on a wide variety of topics. You can spend a fate point to use lore in place of any other skill. For one roll or exchange, provided you can justify having read about the action you're attempting. I think I'm going to try and use lore to create an advantage. That's going to use a fate point, right?
No, to create an advantage is just an action. It's just an action. So you can...
what he's saying is he wants to use... What skill would you be using lore in place of, Edgar?
Fight.
Okay,
because here's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, tell me what you're going to do. That's usually the best thing.
I see that guy standing over there, right? And I can tell by the way he's got his feet placed and by his particular stance what style he is using.
Okay.
And I know that my Shaolin bear style can counter that perfectly and created a fighting advantage just good enough that I might be able to overcome him with a little help.
Okay, yeah, you can create a your kung fu is weak aspect.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're going to use lore, right?
Yeah, I'm going to use lore.
And yeah, you got your Benny, or you got not Benny's. I'm thinking Savage Worlds. Fate. You got fate points.
Yep.
So give me a lore roll.
Let's see. I gotta spend my fate point, right?
Well, you don't have to spend anything yet. You're just making an action.
Oh, okay. All right. So here's my lore roll. So I need a
I'll take
plus
that
3, and come on, baby. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah!
Good job. Okay, so yeah, so you were able to succeed at that, and we'll say that you were able to get. Now you can create. Yeah, your kung fu is weak ×2.
Okay. Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'll give you back that.
Tuck, take what we have given you. Take this canvas that we have prepared for you and paint across it the death smears of our foes.
Tuck, fight.
Okay, so Tuck does fight. I'm going to put everybody in their order that they need to go in. And actually, Tuck, you are first, then it is going to be those jokers.
G-Dub?
Okay.
Oh.
So
right.
Tuck, they have blown open. There's now a glass hurricane. Where is your kung fu is weak? Shouldn't it be up there?
I just put it up there.
Oh, I didn't see. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Why did it get so small?
Here, you can just click on it.
I'll fix it.
I usually put it like to 26 or something. Yeah, I made it bigger. Okay, so yeah, so these guys, one of the guys, actually, when you blew it open, there was a vacuum that was created, and one guy just got sucked out. Got sucked out of the building. What's the western cry called? You know, everybody gets hit with.
The what?
You know what I'm talking about?
The western what?
You know, whenever people get shot, they make that sound, that yell.
Oh yeah.
What the crap is it called?
I don't know. It had a name.
The scream.
Yeah, it's the scream. It's like used a million times. There's like a 12-minute video of just that, of every time it's used. It's pretty funny. Look it up later. Put it in the show notes, Adam. So.
You've been paying attention. You know who does the show notes.
Yeah, I listened to the show. I'm actually surprised that, like, literally, I'm like 100% surprised that none of my children have come out here to come say hi from being in bed. It's pretty strange.
We're really used to that. With first it was Edgar's daughter, and then Gabriel Perez Gachardi, his little man Ivan, and I think the only person I play with on a routine basis whose kids have not come out and introduced themselves is Wayne. You know.
Yeah.
Wayne Snyder. But everybody else, all their kids, every session.
She's the most well behaved, right?
I guess. I don't know. She's afraid of pangolins. That's what I know about her.
Yes.
Oh.
My kids, what was the word? There was something that my wife, I kept saying this phrase when I would game, and my wife was like, you can't say that word because it scares the kids. So I had to like change the name because it would always scare my kids.
Wow.
Like nightmare scary.
What was it?
I literally have no idea. That's a terrible gaming story. So I go to Tough Chuck. So at the top of the round, we have Tough Chuck.
All right.
Tuck.
Tuck
Yeah.
Chuck.
How far
Tuck, Tuck.
can I run?
We'll say that there's actually at this point there's 2 zones, and I will draw this just to kind of give you an idea. We'll use zones. Let's see, Alt for clips. Okay, here I'll use this. Bam, and we'll say that zone 1 is the big circle, and the little circle is another zone. That it would take you one action, from here to here is nothing. But then to get from there to the next one would take you both.
Gotcha.
So you know what?
All right.
Who's in the other circle?
This is, let's see. You're going to make me do this, but that's okay.
No, you don't. You just tell us. Tell us, it's
I'm
fine.
going to say the general's there, and Fungi's there. And then all of your oops.
Soldiers.
Yep,
So
soldiers on one
potentially,
side,
I could get there in 1 round, yes?
and the diplomats on the other side.
Okay.
The dips.
The dips. Stupid dips.
So
Stupid dips. So
Tuck
Tuck.
runs at the closest soldier
Okay, yep, there's 5 soldiers there.
and does this.
Snap, son. Okay, you're going to run at the closest soldier. Okay, well, because we're dealing with a mob of 5, now this is kind of the way it's going to work, and you're going to
All right.
see this. Well, they're not going to be able to attack. You're attacking a mob, but he's going to just defend himself. So he's going to defend, and boy, oh boy, does he not defend. And there is now 4. These are just mob guys. These are just your, the mobs in this game are basically made, they're mooks. They're minions. They're the guys that make you guys look awesome.
Minions! Sorry.
Minions! And as you hit this guy and throw him right out the window. Goes.
That's what you do.
Now it's
Snake
actually
style.
their turn. So, Tuck, you put TT. Not that it really matters, but Tuck is right there. Actually, that's fine. As you're with these guys, you're actually going to have 4 of them attack you as a mob. So because for each additional guy they get a +1, they are going to attack you for a 5. So they are going to mob attack you. So they got a 6.
All right.
As they try to just swarm around Tuck. Now you need to defend with fight.
With fight. All right.
Can he invoke the glass hurricane for a +2?
He can invoke the glass hurricane for a +2 if he would like. But he did, and it's and remember it's free. It's a free invoke.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Why
So-
wouldn't
You could use the glass hurricane for free. That basically there's this glass hurricane that's keeping them.
All right. So I'm adding 2 to my 4.
Okay, and I'll take it
Yes.
off of that. Okay, so
Nice!
you got a 5. That means that you would have to either take physical stress of 1, or you could re-roll. I would just take the physical stress of 1.
Yeah, I'll take the.
Okay, you just take a stress.
That having been said, he does have 3 fate points, so...
Well, yeah, and the fate points could be used to add a +2 if you wanted to just use a fate point to add a +2 because
All right.
to that roll you could add it and say
And then
it's
you wouldn't have
because
taken any damage.
it's because I'm a little green man. I'm little. I got out of the way,
Right.
and you wouldn't get any damage.
It's because I'm a little green man. Yeah.
Or you can take the damage. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll take the damage because I think I'm going to need it.
Come on, no, man, you got like 3 left. You haven't used it.
I know, but I'm gonna.
What are you saving them for? Christmas?
You guys aren't good in a fight, though.
That's true. I got a +3 to shoot.
Explain. This is the thing, but you got to understand something. This is the thing. If you play rules as written, the thing that is so interesting to me about Fate is this, and this is just this, and there'll be people that will argue with me about this. But the truth is, if you play rules as written, Fate is the game where you can have Annie versus Galactus, and Annie can win.
She stresses out Galactus, and he has to go home and contemplate his
So that's always a funny thing to me is Annie versus Galactus. Yeah. So Tuk Tuk, you took it. They're going to attack you, and actually, Tungi is going to run up because he's going to run up over here. Actually, Tuk Tuk, he's actually going to try to. He knows you guys don't, so he's actually going to run over here and attack the first person, which the first person is Doc. Vacation.
No. Okay, so that's versus fight.
And though you know what, and the truth is he's going to attack you with his kung fu of a +5.
And I know his kung fu is weak.
But his kung fu is weak. No. But his kung fu is weak, so you can defend with fight and add a +2.
Okay, I'm going to do that. Yep. So I'm going to use up one of the kung fu is weak.
I'll erase it.
That's awful. Okay, and here goes. Oh, did you roll already?
Oh, I didn't roll. I rolled a 1. You can't make me re-roll, but you can re-roll your own. But you can.
No, I just didn't know if you had rolled it yet or not.
Yeah, I rolled a 5.
That's fine. You did roll a 5. Okay.
Yep.
Got it. Okay,
so you can add a +2. Oh snap!
What? Oh snap! Roll a 6. All right.
Okay.
Fantastic.
So he's coming at you. And what do you do to defend against his weak kung fu?
Okay, so I am a student of Tang Wu drunken fish style. So what that amounts to?
What is his style, by the way? What is his style?
Whose style?
Tung Yi.
Tung Li, yeah.
Tung Li.
It's actually I think it's Pungi. Pungi is a Korean General So.
Okay.
In real life.
What's his kung fu style?
I'm just using lots of different versions of General So.
Awesome.
Pungi is a Korean version of General So.
That's Tuk Tuk style.
Yeah. Is that his style?
Yeah. Maybe that'll help.
Yep. There you go. So he knows your style.
It'll help you spot his weakness.
Yeah, you basically.
What it amounts to is like just a bunch of like really limp like slapping out of the way of the hands at the last minute as he comes in like and like like just just like really like limp, like kind of like half-hearted, like vaguely like flop around, kind of like just slapping the guy's fists out of the way right before they would connect.
It's funny because drunk style, I always think it's like just some dude going, "Hey, buddy, I wanted to tell you," and you just throw up. "Hey, did I ever tell you you're the best?"
How is that not a thing in those kung fu movies?
Yeah.
Well, I think the original.
Everybody grabs a mop.
No, I actually think in the original Drunken Master, the original one that Jackie Chan did, he does throw up on a dude, like in the first one, not the second one. I don't know if it was Legend of Drunken Master, if it was the first one, I think it's the first one. He throws up on the dude. So yeah, there you go.
It's been a very long time since I've seen that movie.
What's that?
It's been a very long time since I've seen that movie, so
yeah, me
I
too.
can't really speak to it. So I slap him out of the way, and we're good there, right?
Yep.
He doesn't.
Yeah. You were able to smack him out of the way with your smacking hands, and actually, it's GW. You see your buddy slapping the hands out of this Tungi gentleman out of the way. What do you do?
Well, as much as I hate to do it, I am going to fight.
Oh my goodness!
Whoa!
Since I discovered that his kung fu was weak, at least I get the plus, right? So
you can use it, but it would be used up.
We'd be out of kung fu is weak. Yeah. Okay.
Is this going to put me to a +4? So I think I can.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I can take him. Maybe I can't. Shit. All right. I shouldn't fight. That's not my strength.
Well, if you fight, you're at +4 right now with the situation aspect. He's at +5. So, I mean, I just happen to roll really well. And sorry if this is metagamey.
No, you're fine.
Do you have any cool invention shit you can do?
I do. I'm always making useful things. But it's for making things more than anything else.
Remember that you can substitute lore for any skill as long as you can justify it.
Oh, that's true.
So
that this guy's kung fu is weak. So you could you consulted some age-old kung fu treatise.
But I thought I'd already done that. I'd already done it.
Yeah, but it says.
Oh, hold on.
I've read about
open palm technique. I've read all about it.
Yeah.
You can do it. You just have to spend a fate point. That's the buy. You can substitute lore, but you have to spend the point to do it.
I keep pointing. I'm down to 1. But
you're down to 2.
Well, I spent.
I gave you that one back because you were able to create the advantage. You didn't need to spend 1.
This time I'm spending it.
Got it.
Okay. So I know this. I know a technique that is pretty awesome against this dude.
So now you're
using
a kung fu is weak.
+5 here, and his kung fu is weak. So
okay, I'll take that down. Now listen, you guys no longer have free invocations of that, but it still exists, meaning you can spend a fate point to use his kung fu is weak. Okay?
Nice. Right.
So it's not free, but it's still there. It's not a boost.
Adam. That's cool.
I'm +5.
Thank you. It helps.
See, it
does help.
It's
to understand this stuff.
2. Shit, I'm at +6.
Okay, do it.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
But
yeah!
But no. 6. You could spend another. No, but listen, you could spend another fate point and re-roll all of those.
Could he also spend another fate point and bump it up to +? Oh no, he already.
He only has 1 fate point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bank on him going low.
Okay, you're gonna bank on him going low now.
Even if
he does have a plus. He has a +5 to his roll.
I had a +6. He can roll worse than me.
He can roll worse than you, but but you know what?
Also roll better.
0 is the bell curve, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes,
I figured I had a 50-50 chance.
Literally, you're having a brain montage, a remembrance. You're having a memory scene of, oh yeah, I've seen this dude do that. He's got a, oh yeah. Okay, all I have to do is push my finger here, and he is going to bend.
Oh shit!
Oh man.
Could we use that last glass hurricane to to overcome it? Last little bit.
Well, actually, it is actually your turn.
Well, okay. So, yeah, but man, shit.
He defended. He got out of the way. But actually, yeah, I mean.
Oh man. All right. So this sucks. Coming down to me at the wire. That's unfun. All right. So I have
to consult the rules, but I would have to see if you could still technically add something to that roll.
I don't think you can. I don't
know if you can, but I don't want to look it up.
Well, my thought was, could Edgar use that last little bit of the glass hurricane to overcome this dude's defense at the last draw?
Yeah, that might be what I should do. But he already rolled, so I already did what I was going to do. I got to let that go.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll look it up later and tell you if you would have actually done this or not. So
all right,
it's
that's
actually,
cool. I mean, all right. So,
Tell me what
I'm a lot better at shooting stuff than I am at fighting stuff. So, crap. But I'm too close to this guy to shoot him, right? I mean, unless I can like shoot him like super point blank, you know.
Yeah, you can.
Maybe.
Yeah. No, there's
maybe
no.
That's how.
Yeah. Like I said, remember, always think about this being very cinematic. It's narrative. It's not. It's not tactical. It's not like it doesn't have to be. You know, this isn't a 40.
All right. So just as the G-Dub is all like messing with this guy and being like, oh, precise, and they're doing this new block dim mac off over there. I'm gonna shoot the dude in his fucking back while it's turned to me. So here we go. Oh, it's a 1.
Did you want to use anything, or did you want to re-roll?
I'm gonna re-roll. Yeah, this is my last one. There's my last one.
Plus,
Gone.
do you want to use the Glass Hurricane? Or did you use Glass Hurricane already?
Yeah, I'll use a Glass Hurricane as well. So that'll bring me up to a +5. So I'll just roll the 3 again, and then we'll add 2 to it.
Glass Hurricane down. It's still there. The Glass Hurricane is still there, but it's not free.
Bam! 6.
Okay, so you were able to get a 4, and you're trying to shoot Tungi in the face.
No, it's a 6 because I also had to use the Glass Hurricane.
Oh, that's right.
That does not include the. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Well, he's going to try to use his athletics to dodge out of the way, which he's actually pretty good at. But we'll see if he's that good at it. Ooh, son. So
it's close.
You shoot at him, and he is able to dodge out of the way. Tuck, you see as a.
I got a 6 though.
Oh, that's right. He got a 6.
I overcame him by 1. Yeah.
Sorry, you overcame him. Okay, well, he's going to fill up his first of 4 spots. He's a big
crap.
Big
all right.
Bam. Okay, he took 1, so he kind of gets shaken a little bit. Tuck, you heard the blast of your friend's his double-barrel translator. What do you do with these 4 guards that you are in fisticuffs with?
Well, I'm gonna continue. I can now. Can I do something like try to trip some of them so they can't hit me back?
Yeah, no.
My bending knees.
Now see, that's like I said. The 4 actions you can take are overcome, so you're trying to get around something, or you would be trying to create an advantage. Whatever you're trying to create, what you're trying to do is create things that let you use that for free against them or for you, right? So that's basically when you're trying to create a situation, an aspect. You're trying to create an aspect that helps you and hinders them.
Advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to use my Punky Snake style and my extra knees to try to trip them. So.
Okay. Yep, you're using fight to create an advantage. You're not going to do damage to them, but you will create something that'll make it harder for them to hit you.
All right.
Oh, snap.
Nice.
Bam.
That's a 5.
Yep. Okay, well, there's 4 of them, so they get a +4 to try to defend against that, but they're not very good. And I don't know if you have any other things. Oh my goodness.
Nice.
Okay, so
Eat it,
you
mooks.
got 2 shifts, so you succeed. You don't get 2 free aspects, but you get 1. So you can put you can write down an aspect of whatever it was to trip them, or whatever that is you want to put down.
All right.
And you can even just put it over here by them, just so we know that that's what it is.
Cool.
Okay, and it's actually their turn. So you get 1 free invoke, which you can use to defend against them, and they're actually going to try and attack you. So they're swarming you at this point. Yep, tripped. They're swarming you at this point, and you can add a. You can either add a -2. I think you can either add a -2, or you can. No, you can add a +2 to your defense. So they're going to try to attack you. Holy cow! for 7.
All right. And I had a +2 because of the tripped.
Mhm.
Yep.
All right.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Ouch.
You can spend.
That's a
Now remember, you can spend. You can spend a hit. You can spend a plot point,
Yeah.
and you can re-roll all of those dice.
Yeah. Let me
Re-roll it,
You have
dude.
to give me one of those plot fate points.
All right.
Sorry, plot points are from.
That's
Cortex.
Cortex Plus, isn't it?
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like, which actually is very similar to this game. Is actually very similar to Fate 2. I really
my
like
next
the new.
goal,
The Firefly game is awesome.
I really want to get somebody to
The new
teach me how
Firefly
to
game
play.
is really. The new Firefly game is really good. It's really good. I like it a lot.
I got it.
Again, it's one of those things that, like, they didn't include character creation rules. You know, it's like, oh, template, oh, freaking fun, awesome. No, I want to make a character.
But they're pretty. They're
I don't
actually.
like that.
It's not that hard to make characters. But the very first time I ran it with full cast.
There you
There
go,
you go.
Tuck Tuck.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
Tuck
right there.
defend.
Tuck,
So,
defend. Indeed.
Yep. You were able to tie. So you, they were able to try. They were trying to do that, but because they were tripping, they weren't able to hit you or get anything on you. And Mr. Tongi is going to attempt to attack. Actually, because Mr. Doc Vacation tried to shoot him, he's going to try to attack you.
Again.
Even though you know his style, GW, he's going to try to attack you, and he's going to roll a 4.
Yeesh.
But
All right, here's
he's
my
going to
defense.
he is going to spend a fate point because he gets them too. And he's going to, because he is a master of the Korean General So style, he is going to get a +2 to that, so it's a 6 now.
Okay. Well, here's my defense. Is 1.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay, so you got a 1. You don't have any more fate points. You
Nope.
can do.
I'm out.
Okay, he has a 6, so that means you can use. Let's see, Doc. How many things? So you can take if you're going to take 5. That means that you can take your 1 physical, your 2 physical, and take a mild consequence. So
Could
for
I do
example,
1 and a moderate instead?
Yeah, you can do 1 and a moderate. But now, mind you,
Okay.
he can with a moderate wound. I want to say that 4 is.
Okay, well, we'll do that. We'll just do 2 and a
Yep.
and a mild. That's fine.
Yep,
So what's
that's
my
fine.
mild consequence?
Your mild consequence. So, for example, a mild consequence. Let's put them in order. A mild consequence would be like a bruised knee. A moderate consequence would be a broken finger or something like that. And then, or a mild would be winded. A moderate would be some sort of broken arm or broken something that would last you a while, like a cut, yeah, back strain, and then a severe would be like a broken arm or broken back, something crazy. So
Right.
you could even say wind knocked out of you, something like that.
I got a more fun way to say that. I'm singing soprano right now.
Soprano, okay, singing soprano. Okay, so that's your mild or moderate.
Mild.
Okay, awesome. Singing soprano. And General So at this point is looking down at you guys as he flips his cape back. I almost imagine he looks like N. Bison from Street Fighter. Not the crappy movie.
I got you.
He looks like M. Bison. He flips his hands.
You
come
mean
out.
he doesn't look like Raul Julia? Seriously. Man.
No, he does not look like
Raul Julia was a badass. All right.
Okay, so he kind of pulls out and he's powering up his magic too. He's actually trying to dazzle you guys with his awesomeness. As he is going to force his will upon you.
Uh-oh.
Say, bow before me, all you weaklings. Maybe not. But he is general. He is general of the greatest quasi pseudo communist dictator fascist place that there is.
I thought he was just a delivery guy.
No.
Oh,
no. So
okay.
he's going to re-roll that Joker. Yes.
Nice.
It's only a 2. So everybody needs to give me a 2 or higher with their will roll.
What's that?
Okay.
Good.
Adam, even though he is singing soprano, this Joker does not scare him at all.
What is will like a skill that I
Will
don't have?
is a skill, and
Okay.
if you don't have it, you have it at 0.
All right.
Do you not have will?
I do not have will.
Okay. Oh man, -1.
Tuck
That
has
means
no will.
so does that mean that he has?
Big scary man talk creepy.
Does that mean Tuk Tuk? It's a 3 against Tuk Tuk.
Yeah.
Okay, well you're going to take 3. You're going to take 3 unless you want to. You still have some fate points. You can use that to re-roll.
Yeah, I might have
That's
to.
mental stress, right?
That's mental stress if you'd be taking it. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
I'm trying to show you all the aspects based on the
Yeah.
random
Yeah.
things,
I appreciate
the random
that. Yeah.
things that you gave me. My issues. What can he randomly do? Oh, that's it. Okay, recall that. Ish. Okay,
There we go.
Nice.
that's better.
Go Tuck Tuck.
Okay, Edgar, you and you don't have anything to do you want to just take it? You're just gonna take. If you just take it, you're
Yeah, I
gonna
can
take one. Okay, you're gonna take 1 mental stress.
All right.
And actually, GW, it's your turn.
It is my turn.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see here. How is he attempting to do this mental thing?
He's just basically he's trying to intimidate you by showing his enormous magical power and he's kind of throwing his cape back.
His 11 herbs and spices.
Yes.
I'm going to.
Pineapple. I do not need green pepper. I just need 2 pieces of broccoli. That's it. Dude, he pulls 2 pieces of broccoli out. They're sort of these aren't even the limpy broccoli. These are like the crisp broccoli.
With a nice green color to them still.
Yes.
I shall snap your spine like the broccoli.
Broccoli Chuck.
Now I really want to play this game to play like a Wu-Tang related, fake game. That'd be cool.
The Wu-Tang Clan.
That truly would be nothing to fuck
All your
with.
aspects have to be shit like, Tiger style.
No,
bring the
literally.
ruckus.
All I do during that whole game is sing, "Hey, dirty, baby, I
come
got
on,
your money, don't you worry, say hey."
That's why you're not going to be in it, Nathan. You just lost your spot.
I'm sorry. ODB is my boy.
ODB is my favorite too. I mean,
How can you
because
not?
I have a pulse.
How can you not like that?
All right, I'm gonna have to get fighty with this son of a bitch. Because I don't
Which
know.
son of a bitch?
Okay, let me look around the space here.
Wait, we've got rigged to blow twice. Can you do you have like a satchel charge?
I'm wondering what kinds of accoutrement are in this this space here that I could rig for mayhem.
Well, you got to figure there's probably all kinds of There has to be all kinds of things like translators and speakers. I mean, like I said, it's not like everybody's speaking common. There's definitely try translator boxes and little computers. I mean, dude, this is the future.
You know what?
Dude, this is the 21st century on Mars.
There's a frickin' samovar in here.
Okay.
We're making
And
tea.
I'm going to rig that thing to explode.
Okay.
I'm guessing it's near the general, or where he was.
Why not?
Okay. So I'm going to use my last fate point here. I think I... Actually, hold on.
Tell me what you're doing.
Don't even have to... Okay. Don't even need to use a fate point, which is good. And I can craft. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and quickly cause the samovar to explode.
Okay.
I, of course, will take proper cover. Here we go. Big money.
Nice!
Okay, and then he is going to attempt, and with athletics to... now, were you trying to create an advantage?
Yeah, I think I was. I was gonna the advantage, or actually, I was trying to create maybe a situational aspect.
Yeah. So creating advantage gives you a situational aspect with a free invoke.
Okay. Plume of steam.
Okay. What is it?
A plume of steam.
Okay, put it up there with a +1 next to it.
All
Plume of
right.
steam. Just put it right over by him so that I know where it's at.
Right.
Okay, so there's a plume of steam there. You got it.
Oh, I got it. Oh, here we go.
And with +1. And Doc Vacation.
I am going to take a swig. I pause to take a swig from my flask, giving myself a little bit of liquid courage. When you drink during a fight, clear your lowest stress box. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm just guzzling.
Yep, that requires your entire action. So that's what you're doing?
Yep.
Okay, back at the top. Tuck.
Tuck. Yeah, I still got to...
Deal with this guy.
Well, yeah, my
Tuck
4 dudes. My 4 dudes, and
Or
no
the
one's
general.
helping me. Or the general.
What the fuck? You're not helping us. Deal with this badass dude who's all out fighting me.
4 dudes. So is my trip gone?
I think that you created an advantage. You didn't create a. You didn't just get a boost.
All right. Well, I'm just going to attack.
Okay. Like I said, these guys are a bunch of these are
young guy.
This is a mob, so you attack them as a group.
Yeah, I'm attacking the group.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh, snap.
Nice.
Okay, and they are going to attempt to... Oh, my goodness.
Awesome.
So you
Did you
actually...
take out all of them?
Yeah, that's all of them. You have Tell me how you destroyed these soldiers.
Dude, I used my snake style, both my arms and my legs, and they were all just like...
Have you seen Fist of Legend?
Oh, yeah.
The Jet Li movie, which is a remake of a Bruce Lee movie. You see like that scene where he walks into the dojo, and the dude, like the one Japanese guy to come up to him, you know, and he just like grabs the back of the guy's head and just throws him straight into the ground. So these 4, stop me if you've heard this one, Don. But as these 4 guys are picking themselves up from being tripped, you just like one by one just smashing their heads into the ground as they pop up. How's that sound?
Yeah,
because you got 4 appendages, right? So you can just one after the other.
I picture him as the as the Jet Li at the end of the one, where he's up on top of the pyramid and he says, "You are all my bitches." So yeah, Tuck, you do that, and actually, it is the it's the NPC's turn. And Tungi sees you take the sip, and he says, "You are next, drunken style." And he I'm
the only one he's attacked.
Yeah, you got a gun though, and this quivering fool doesn't look like he's going to do much of anything. So he's going to roundhouse kick you right in the face.
Ouch.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
I'm gonna be out. Yeah. Yep, you screwed me up.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to take a moderate consequence because I don't have another way to deal with that. So what's my moderate consequence?
I don't know. I mean, do you want to have a black eye or a bloody nose or?
Oh, it's got to be more than that. It's like it's a great. He did a roundhouse kick straight to my face, right? So, yeah, broken nose. That's good.
Singing soprano and a broken nose.
Okay. All right.
You guys thought I was going to be so easy on you in the beginning too.
I don't know why you thought that.
Because
Why you
I
thought that? I expect you to not pull punches, Nathan. After all this shit I've done to you with fish lasers, and I remember when I fucked up your bees. You know.
Do you remember the time you spiked my drink and I punched that guy that played Pathfinder out?
With the guy. I like how the disconnected events, we weren't even at the Pathfinder bar anymore when this dude went down, but for some reason that guy went down because he was a Pathfinder player. I don't know.
Yep.
Oh.
I don't know why that happened, but
I don't know either. And I also witnessed you not punch him, so.
Well, what you guys didn't know is I had a very constructive conversation before you guys got there. I had an hour-long conversation with the guy that won the 2013 RPG Superstar from Paizo. And it was a good conversation. That's what was funny.
Good.
Okay, but I totally knocked that other dude out.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so the General So is going to come over here, and he's actually going to fly kind of off the stage to you as he comes down in front of you, Tuk.
All right.
Now, mind you, the plume of steam is still kind of affecting him, but he's going to. So you could use that to defend against him, but he's going to try and fight against you.
So he moved into a new area, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
but
so he doesn't get to act.
He can move one zone.
Yeah.
Because that's technically you guys were still technically over here in the entrance.
Right.
So he kind of jumped down to you, so he only moved one zone. But I'll still say that the steam is kind of in that area with him. Okay, that whole little area has steam. Because it makes sense. It's blowing up as he moves. And he's actually going to try and attack you. Oh my goodness. But because he is a big, scary general, he only has one more. He's going to add a +2 to that, so actually screw that. He's going to reroll. Oh my goodness, I like that better. So he's going to try and Kung Fu you. Yeah. Yeah, he probably does.
All right.
General warts. Those are contagious. So you can add that. You can add for a free invoke. You can add a +2, which totally negates his attack because the steam got in the way.
+2. Oh, got it. Okay, got it.
So he can use this. He can use that for free if he wants to.
Yeah.
Or he can get attacked down.
You don't want to. Yeah. Get rid of it.
Down. Okay.
Yeah. Use it.
So it's still there, but it's not active. So he tries to attack you, but the steam is getting in his face, and you're just kind of moving around, making it impossible for him to hit you. And GW, you've moved up to there?
I did.
Yep.
Well, that's where I was. I mean, when
okay.
I did the plume of steam thing.
Yep.
All right. Who do we have here? We have... What's up here at this throne area? What kind of things are up here? Let's see. What do I see?
So you right up dip. You can see that this is probably where the chairman at one time would sit. There's lots of controls and different things you can tell for it's basically your presentation area. Yeah,
okay.
I mean,
you know what?
Tell me what you're trying to do. That's always kind of the key. The key to this game is you tell me what you're trying to do. So yeah, it is very much like a Mighty Deeds
All right.
of arms. Because you tell me what you're trying to do. Let's make sense.
I see this command chair. I notice that there are recessed wheels built into the bottom of it.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to fiddle with it and attempt to propel it very quickly in the direction of General Cho. I'm thinking more like the goon over there.
Okay, this guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you trying to work the gears on it to make it hit him?
Yeah, at a very high rate of speed.
You know what? I'll give you craft to be able to attack him, because that makes sense.
Yeah, because that's what I'm trying to invoke.
Okay.
All right, come on. You can do it, baby. Here we go.
4. Okay, so you are using that to try to... So this chair is flying across, and now he's going to have to dodge out of the way.
That's right.
He's going to use his athletics. Oh, it's a 5. Do you have any other...
it slams up against the wall.
It slams up against the walls, and bam. You're like, man, there has to be another chair up here. And Doc Vacation, you're not looking too hot.
I got a plan. I'm going to give him the, don't you see, you're all just pawn his game, and that speech, you know? You know what I'm talking about? It's that time. Yep. We're going to do that. And I'm going to try to build rapport. Yeah. No, rapport. Like, trying to, soul to soul, brother to brother, You're on deck. You're down on one knee with your broken. You're looking up at him, and you say, Father! We're just like you. I'm just like you, and you know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? That heartfelt, impassioned. We're all the same. We're all brothers. Don't let the general and his freaking.
We'll go for it.
So this is what we're gonna do. 4.
Oh my goodness. And you don't even have anything. Yeah, no, he doesn't have a strong will. So. Oh gosh. So you were able to convince him. I realized I was playing this character wrong. I should play to my strengths, not oh, we got to fight, here's what we got to do. I got to convince people to do what I want them to. The best thing is that it even says he tries to talk himself out of trouble, and if that doesn't work, he turns to a double-barreled translator. And I turned to that trusty double-barreled translator a little too early. What I really need to do is try the old silver tongue. You tell him that. You tell him that, and he lifts his fist up at you, and he's going to do it, and he grabs your hand and pulls you up. And he pulls you up, and he says, that man has treated me wrongly my whole life. He killed my family, and I hate his broccoli. You, my friend, have shown me. Now we're compadres. We gotta. Yes. You have an ally now. Tuck tuck.
All right.
All right. Oh, the general's on Tuck Tuck, right?
Yeah.
Yep, he's there trying to flurry of blows you.
I was going to go over and heal the doc, but I can't.
No, it's good. Do your thing. Yeah. No. Take care of this guy.
My thing is fight.
Yep.
my thing is fight. It's true.
No, Tuk Tuk's thing is fight.
No, the funny thing is he's like a fighter, but he's not in terms of tank. He's definitely not a tank.
Yeah.
5.
I like that.
And he is going to try and defend with fight as well, and he's the same as you. Oh, snap.
Yeah. Weak sauce, Chief.
Okay, he is going to take his 1 box. His 1 box is down, so you hit him. And actually, he's going to hit you back. Because he's what's next. I can fight you. As he goes to punch at you.
I can defend you.
Back and forth.
I can do you. Dinosaur sounds at you.
And GW, you were over there at the throne area.
Yes, I am.
The dais, as you can see. The general is trying to hit Tuk Tuk as he flips around and is completely dodging. the general's things. He's completely unaware of you.
That's pretty good. I'm going to just attack him from the rear.
Or you could try to untie some of those diplomats and get them out of here to safety.
Now we take him out, it's pretty much over.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah. I'm not going to tell you what to do, you know.
I'm not a terrible fighter.
Work.
I think I got him at a disadvantage here.
I was going to say, I think
I have one fate point.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely helpful. Yeah.
All right. So
what do you do?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use lore in place of my fight.
Okay.
Because I know that a man has a certain nerve complex right in the center of his back, and if I can just strike him right, I can drop his ass.
Okay. Yep. Give me that, and you get a +2 or a reroll.
All right. I'll take my +2.
Okay. Go for it.
All right. Here we go.
Four is good. He has a +4, so there's a chance that he could defend. Oh! As you go to hit him, you run up behind him and try and to punch him in the back. As you see that he actually has one of those girdles on that keep you from hitting him right in the spot. You're just like, it's right there, but I can't get it.
Oh, trying to hide his punch, huh?
Yeah, well, he's keeping it in. He can't keep he's trying to keep his figure well. Okay, Doc, you have your new friend who's with you as well.
Let's get him. Can I? Here's what I would like to do.
Yeah,
basically, I'm gonna try to like using my translator. I just want to keep the general pinned down, you know, like and set him up for my friends to attack better.
So you shoot. You shoot. Which consequence? Now this is.
I'm singing soprano and I got a broken nose, so I don't know that either one of those would affect my shooting.
No, but I will say this. Now this is an interesting thing. When you have your consequences, if you were actually trying to quote unquote attack him, it would put you at because you have your 2 and 4 up, right?
Uh-huh.
Now a 2 and a 4 would give you a -6 to attack, but you're not attacking.
Oh.
You're trying to
right.
I'm giving you the distinction. I'm trying to help you. So that's good.
Well, and that was my point. That's why I don't want to attack, is because clearly I'm not going to be very effective at that. I thought more like, you know, creating an opening for my friends would be more logical.
Yeah. Basically, you're just doing cover fire.
Right.
He's distracted by it. Okay, so give me an create an advantage. So just give me a shoot. Oh wow!
Bam!
Holy cow!
7.
Yep.
Youch.
More than available. So that's +2. So you get 2 free invokes with the 7.
Holy crap!
Yep.
He's dancing. He's dancing.
Cover
I'm making him dance.
Steel rain, baby. So you have shotgun cover fire +2 or ×2.
All right.
And Tuck. This guy could be very distracted by your next attack.
I'm going to use one of those +2s then.
Okay.
Making it a +6.
There we go.
Okay, and he's going to try to defend. Oh my goodness.
Yeah! Nice!
Okay,
there we go.
Now his 2 is gone. And he only has one more physical stress guy left. It's actually his turn as he sees that and sees his buddy Tungi coming towards him. Says, "What are you doing? I essentially raised you as a child. Get to the chopper, do it now."
The only reason you raised him since he was a child is because you killed his parents.
You killed my parents. Ah! As Tungi is going to attack his father figure. He has daddy issues. General So is basically taken up by this. GW, you see this as Tungi and General So are in a fighting match, and Tungi is crying the whole time.
Oh, that's really pathetic.
They have to go out the window. You understand that, right? I mean, it has to happen that they get.
Seriously needs to push them right out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it makes
So they
perfect sense
both-
at the point, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's actually why I blew open the window in the first place, is so to create that awesome scene with somebody tumbling out.
All right. So this is my chance to make things happen, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you got, man?
I'm out of fate points.
But full of gumption.
All right.
Oh,
Here we
God.
go. I got a +2 in fight. I'm gonna go give him.
And you could technically still use the cover fire because he's distracted.
Oh, where's the cover
Yeah.
fire?
Yeah,
That's for
It's
me.
not up there. but he's still distracted by this cover fire that he keeps shooting.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the cover fire.
Okay, you can use that for +2.
Yep. Here we go.
Push this dude out the window. Oh my God.
Oh. He could roll for crap. You don't know.
He could roll for crap.
This is an overcome rather than an attack, right?
No, this is technically still an attack, but he can't use. He's not that. This is not him fighting. This is him having to actually, because he's fighting that other dude.
Yeah.
So nothing happens.
Ooh.
Or
That's close. All right.
no, actually,
Tie?
Edgar.
Yeah. You gonna compel me?
No, I'm not going to compel you.
What?
You could succeed at a major cost.
Okay.
All
This
three of
is-
them would go over.
Yo.
I'm okay.
You gotta
I'm
do
gonna
it, G-Dubs. Yeah.
Listen,
I'm gonna do
this
it.
could go from a duo to a trio.
I'm gonna do it. I'm going to
Tell us how it
throw
happens.
them
Just tell
all
me how it
out the window, and on the way down, I'm gonna
Make it rain, baby.
prices
Make it
that I
rain.
put in the tanks.
I know, make it rain.
Yeah, blow it all. Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Take it all out, man.
Pushes them up.
Fuck yeah.
No, this is how I see it. I see him push them out, and as he's pushing them out, he loses his balance on a piece of glass that was created. But as he's starting to fall, the two clickers come out as he's falling and pushes the buttons. And
Exactly it, man.
Oh,
in a blaze
excellent.
of
Good
glory,
job,
man.
Edgar. You saved the day.
Edgar, you did. So tell us, Edgar, tell us what happened to GW, and then Adam, tell us what happens to Doc and Tuck Tuck. What happens to you guys? So Edgar, how does it end? You tell me.
All right. I fall out. I tumble end over end over end, and I land atop one of the mini flagpoles down there. It's got kind of a spear on the top of it, right?
Always.
Oh, impaled.
I get impaled. I'm like, I slide down about 12 feet on the thing before I stop.
Poor guy.
But I managed to set off those bombs before I die, right?
Yep, all those soldiers,
Yeah.
all those soldiers that were guarding this place, all dead. You saved the day, man. And Adam and Don, what's going on with you guys up top?
Well, I think Tuck Tuck's going to set everybody free while Doc Vacation gets on the horn, and he's, ladies and gentlemen, the coup is over, and gets on the loudspeaker and
Coup has been canceled.
yeah, yeah, there we go. The coup has been canceled.
The coup has been canceled. So you guys cancel the coup, and in the midst of all of this, all this going on, you see in the deep, deep, dark rooms, somewhere in the midst of the city, there's steam going off in the Undercity, as you see two rich white men, as they always are, sitting together, looking at a screen, looking at a screen together as they see the chaos going on in the streets, and they look at each other and go, "Yes, this is the perfect time to raise water prices.
Excellent.
Credits.
Yeah, awesome. Well, Nathan, thank you so much for running this for us. This was so much more fun than when I tried running it. I think it helps. I think you got a strong basis in like the core concepts. I was trying to read it and I was trying to run it. I really liked the idea of the game. Thank you so much for running something that was a lot of fun. You are our first, actual play DM. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
You get a special nod, some kind of super DSR honor from us, which will probably mean like next time we see you at a con or something like that, you're getting a drink on Don and I.
Yay!
Or something like that. Who
I
knows?
want that, dude. I just heard about that. The last episode that came out for us in this period of time, which is a long time ago, I guess, when this actually airs. I was listening to you talk about that coconut stout. Holy cow!
Oh shit! Yeah, that's good, man.
I told my wife about that, and she goes, "Holy crap! I want that." I said,
yeah. The fifth voyage. There's a bottles right here. It's empty. But,
Good night.
Yeah.
Sorry,
we could probably hook you up with some of that.
You praising me.
Good job. Thank you. That was a lot of fun. I feel
like we took a turn somewhere in the middle there after our pee.
Yeah.
We did. Well, I think also like having had that conversation about the difficulty in the middle is good. The fact that we had that conversation, we overcame it. And we're able to now draw from that information, and it helps inform me. And then I had a little breakthrough towards the end there when I was like, "Yep, freaking talk to the guy and make him see." No, I will say that there's still a few things for me that I think could be a little hitchy with the game. I do think this is one of those games. Go for it.
And I'm going to tell you something. I ran it what I believe to be raw. Now they have another book, which is all it's called is the toolkit. Now what I do need to tell you guys, the PDFs themselves are pay what you want. They're essentially free if you want to be free, and they don't mind. But you can get the PDFs for free. And the truth is if I was to run this, it would be very fast and loose. And just so people know, there is a version of this. Now, this is the heavier version, the more rules-heavy version, but there's Fate Accelerated, which is basically has the 6 attributes, is essentially this. You don't have skills. You just have attributes. Base them on that.
That's what I tried to run, actually, was FAE, and
that even takes a little bit of, because if you don't have the skills, you're like, okay, so I'm doing this thing flashy. It can be kind of weird, but I will tell you this. There is a resource out there called the Fate Freeport. Mm-hmm. So it's Freeport, the setting Freeport, but it's Fate Freeport, and it's basically D&D Fate style, where the things that you're going to roll are strength, dex, con, int, whiz, and charisma.
Right.
And
I did the Kickstarter, so I got all of that stuff.
Really cool.
Yeah. That seemed to me like to be almost Dungeon World, so
And you know what? Mike Shea, name dropping. Mike Shea did a hack of both Dungeon World and Fate called Dungeons of Fate, and it's essentially it's where it's all player facing, to where the players do all the rolls.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's really similar to that. But yeah, you're right.
I think
so. Before we go for it, Edgar. Sorry.
Okay. I think that because we're not used to it, it's going slower than it probably would if we'd played it a few times together.
Yeah.
And if we had an idea of what our characters were doing and how the world was, and I think a lot of that would go a little bit smoother. Still, I kind of miss the dice, in a sense that there's a mechanic there that is it's there, it's knowable. You don't have to make it up. I don't have to think so goddamn much, because I could see myself getting about 10 beers deep or something, and
oh yeah, this would be hell.
This would be rough.
Which, like I said, you could make this as simple and as easy as possible. But I will tell you this: a lot of the newer games, like you talked about, Adam, the Cortex Plus games, for example, Firefly feels very much like Fate, but with normal dice.
Right.
Yeah.
Even the way that wounds work and consequences, they even call it consequences. But yeah, I won't take you off track. But a lot of the games seem like they're kind of going that direction. It seems like.
Well, I mean, that's the story games that are available.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think that we should draw a firm line between, you know, story games and other types of games. So says the guy who just called that out. But I can admit when I'm doing something stupid. I don't know. I'm glad to have learned how this works. Don, do you have any thoughts before we go?
That's why I said newer.
Yeah. But it's not all the newer games. There's plenty of like
No,
crunchy,
I said there. Yeah.
Old school perspective type games. Yeah.
Games that have my haircut. Games that have my hair. Say it like that.
So yeah, I liked it a bit more than I thought I would. But some of it just feels like a dream, like you're making shit up, you know, which is cool. Like I can see, if we'd played a lot and we just were hanging out, having some beers, like, hey, let's do a crazy story, you know?
Yeah,
I think that there's some genres. I think that there's some genres I could see this working exceptionally well for, better than others.
Well,
I could see this working really well for like a James Bond sort of thing. I think that would work really well. It seems to do like over the top really well, you know, or like stuff where you have to like we're encouraging quick thinking and just by not getting bogged down with some of the other stuff. I
backed that Spirit of '77 Fate thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's you know, it's like 70s you know, 70s films. Just think 70s films, like, you know, your blaxploitation, your kung fu.
Yeah, and those would be good too. Yeah,
and
that'd be a good genre.
That's their whole setting, and it's run on a Fate chassis. So once I get that thing come in, we'll have to take a look at it. That would be I think that'd be a perfect genre to play this game at.
Yeah. Well, and Edgar, we'll invite you to be our DM for that.
Sure.
Once again, I'd like to thank Nathan for running the game for us. I want to thank Edgar for joining us to play, and I'll still thank my lovely co-host Donn Stroud for being here too. Thanks a lot, folks. Have a good evening, you gorgeous listeners, and we'll see you next time on Drink Spin Run.
Good night.